I had a random craving to listen to one of the James Bond themes just the other day, and I listened to it on my phone. What was it? I think it was the "A View to a Kill" lyrics. I think it was that one. Um. Oh yeah, it was this one. This one always slapped when I was a kid, man. What was it? Nightfall covers me, but you know the plans I'm making. You know that one. Still overseas. Could be the whole lot is opening wide. That one, you know? I think that one sounds nice. I don't know. I think a lot of the Bond themes are honestly really, really good. Um I mean I don't have like a huge why do I not have the cam on? Sorry, I didn't click the button. There we go. I don't have a huge attachment to like the series, you know, or the movies, but I think that the opening songs tend to be pretty nice. Even the new one by Billie Eilish is all right. Yeah, I like a lot of them. I really like the Quantum of Solace one, even though the movie was terrible. The um the Quantum of Solace one was really good. The heavy bass line one, the one with Jack White and Alicia Keys, I think. That one? Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was it's really, really good. I think my favorite one though is Tomorrow Never Dies. Um I think that was my favorite. I can't. I'd play it, but you know, copyright. If I was just on Twitch, I'd play it. I think they're quite nice. Um, Another Way to Die is really nice. Yeah, yeah. I think a lot of them are really good. Cringe Hunter Take. Or one thing at a time. Um, like ZZ got mad at your anti-tanky tweet. Uh oh. Uh oh. Hunter, neo pronouns. Can you identify as a deer? Uh oh. I think I think there are a couple of things being conflated here. I don't want to be relegated eternally. Shut up, Kevin. I don't want to be relegated eternally to the role of being like the person who defends Doe, because I'm think it's perfectly capable of handling itself. But I don't I don't actually think Doe identifies as Doe gender. I think Doe's just non-binary. I think the Doe gender is kind of a tongue-in-cheek thing, sort of like a side identification. You know what I mean? That at least that's what I think is the case. But yeah, I don't know. Uh, yes, like Doja Cat. Anyway, I don't want to watch Hunter's video. I don't want to argue. I want to chill. Yeah, I don't think those like other kin or whatever. I think the whole deer part of trans deer is Destiny misrepresenting your position on RGR. Damn, really? Destiny misrepresenting my position? That's crazy, dog. It's cool. I didn't see it and I don't intend to. Um, Let me see. ZZ got what is this? The problem with Vosh style tanky hysteria. Wait, hysteria? All I said was Marxism Leninism is the moderate wing of fascism. That's not really hysteria. Oh, wait, sorry. Is that it opens regular liberals up to making shockingly incorrect takes about communism generally and then going ML's mad again. Let's see. How is communism democratic if it supports the dictatorship of the oh no. Luca! Luca, no! You know the meme with Walter White in the car? Like shouting, Hank! 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 It doesn't mean dictatorship like what you think it means, Hank! uh, uh, Sorry. You're destroying your mic? Yeah, well, you know. Yeah, I muted that post. I was having 20 notifications per second of angry people telling me the most wild shit ever. I don't even have notifications. I never mute any of my posts because I just never look at the notifications. Legitimately, that's just a tab in the app that I never look at. I don't know when any of my tweets blow up. I never know because I I don't my presence on Twitter is like the guy who takes a shit in a public restroom and doesn't flush. I just leave. I don't. Yeah, I don't. I'm not. How are people responding to this tweet? I don't care. I'll make another one. Fuck you. uh, Pigeon, if you want to climb up here, you can step on my phone. There's this little corner of the desk that Pigeon usually uses to get up here, but I had my phone there, and she refuses to step on top of my phone. Even though it was very, like, secure because it has a rubber back, so it's not going to slide. Hello, Pigeon. Anyway, I don't know if, like, one person misunderstanding the term dictatorship of the proletariat means that I'm engaging in harmful anti-tanky hysteria. It's true, Marxism, Leninism is spicy social democracy. And since social democracy is the moderate wing of fascism, then there you go. Simple as that. Listen, you've got fascism and you've got anarcho-communism. What do you want? Here. Pigeon, if you want to be in the baby cage, here. There you go. There you go. Show her to me. She's right here. I don't. She's chilling now. I don't want to move her. Anyway, sorry about stream starting late. Today is Canoe's birthday, and we went out and had a good time. We hung out. We got sushi. I feel like one of my mustache hairs is poking my lower lip, which is super irritating. If that continues happening, I'm gonna go trim it real quick. And had a good time. Yeah, we had some sushi. Did you sing them happy birthday? Actually, as a matter of fact, I did. Yes, gift Canoe a sub. Otherwise, otherwise you don't care about Canoe's birthday. Help me, Subnautica is scary. Oh my god, I know, right? Hunter won't even use or respect those pronouns. I'll deal with things one at a time, okay? Unfortunately, Hunter is more than a little DGG-brained. I'll take this one point at a time. Thank you, Conyer. Oh, and hello, Doe. Who should definitely get some kind of site name change, I think. Oh, happy birthday, Funny Rhetorician. How do you feel about the whole anti-work thing? I think, as is the case with many of these things, there are 20 definitions, and nobody knows what anyone else is using, so people get mad at each other for no reason. Listen, the idea that we should organize society in a way to maximize leisure time so that we can fulfill our personal desires and, you know, stuff like that, I think that's lovely, okay? However, we are always going to need to be doing some kind of labor, okay? Whatever term you want to use for that, we do need, in order to maintain a high standard of living for as many people as possible, we do need people doing work. We can find ways of making that work better, you know? And honestly, I think that work can set you free if it's really good work. You know, if it's, you know, like Parks and Recreation situation, where your coworkers are super cool. You know, maybe it can be a little freeing going to going to your workplace and hanging out and stuff like that. Yeah, exactly. You understand. You get it. You understand. Yeah, you get it. Okay. Okay. Oh, thank you, Alice. GK. Yeah. Why so much pronoun discourse? It's literally all because of Doe, and it's over nothing too. You know, I don't think that it's not like Doe's like firing shots across the wall or whatever. It was Doe and RGR had a thing, but now everyone else is commenting on it, and people feel the need to have the issue is I honestly think this is one of those things where debate culture is really failing us because there's nothing wrong with paying attention to interesting stuff going on, which RGR's meltdown was interesting. However, this is one of those instances where there's essentially an objectively right take, and all debate brain is going to do is compel you to be disagreeable. Really, the ideal way to have sort of responded to the situation was to have watched Joe RGR's debate just sort of silently, and then gone, wow, RGR sure was crazy there, and then forgot about it, you know? But we all feel a need to contend. Shut up, Cut. Do you think debate culture engages in insane hypotheticals that aren't rooted in reality? There's nothing wrong with dealing with unlikely hypotheticals in order to isolate conditions and variables. That can be really, really useful. The issue is you need to know that you're doing that, you know? Like, if you're going to get off into the weeds with hypotheticals, you need to be aware of the fact that you're not near reality. That's very, very important, okay? Because it's not you don't you're not sufficient in your attempt to justify some sort of moral or practical claim if in like the only way you can do it is with some like super far out there, you know what I mean? There has to be more than that. You use it, you isolate cases, you you deal with abstractions, but you have to bring it back to reality. That's very important. People forget that last step. That's why that's why I subscribe to the highly scientific material doctrine of Vashism. That's right, I'm not even throwing Marx in there, honestly. We've improved. He's like a graphing calculator compared to my supercomputer. Getting right past that. No, God, I don't want to. We're not debating right now. Also, I'm white. I'm not going to debate with a fucking person of color on whether or not we need more hood fucking media. Jesus Christ, you set me up to fail over here. Jesus Christ. Look, all I'll say, I just feel like a lot of POC media is sanitized in a way which makes it has to be appealing to sort of white hegemonic perspectives. So there's not a lot of stuff that gets released, especially not mainstream stuff outside of that, Like for existence, shut the fuck up. Like for example, Black Panther, the movie Black Panther. It's a Marvel movie, so it's not going to be great. I thought it was good, like one of the better ones, but like the Black Panther is a Marvel movie. You understand? It's a Marvel movie. It's not a black movie in the same way that other Marvel movies aren't white movies either. It's a Marvel movie. That's what it is, It's a Marvel movie that just happens to have a lot of black people in it. Not really happens to, I guess. Of course, it's, pretty obvious why, but you understand what I mean, right? Yeah. Brought up some themes around race, but never went full circle with any of it. They did the shit that really bothers me, man. They do the thing where they establish like the woke points early on and never follow up on it. They did this with Tyler Durden, but it was the part of the point in Fight Club. In Fight Club, Tyler Durden's talking points, his philosophy was supposed to be initially appealing and liberating, but its hypocrisies become more evident with time, and eventually it's revealed he's just a fucking lunatic. I mean, he always comes off kind of crazy, but that's the point. I mean, you're supposed to be bought in by Tyler Durden's, salesman technique. You're supposed to be brought in by his charisma. But at the beginning of Black Panther, you had the what was his name? Everyone fell in love with him because he's pretty cool. Come on, Killmonger, right? Killmonger, right? The opening of Black Panther was like, Killmonger is upset because of systemic racism and because this, that, or the other, colonialism, blah, 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 right? And they acknowledge it. Like, even in the movie, they kind of acknowledge Killmonger has a point, but then they deny the narrative the need to address that argument by making Killmonger go too far and go crazy. They do this so often with villains. A villain will have a good point, and that way, that's how you know there's like a nuanced movie going on right now, because he's got a good point. And then, he goes too far, and then because he goes too far, you have to fight against him. And then they never address the fucking point. Yeah, they did this with Korra, like, over and over again. They did this with Aemon. Yeah, maybe it is a little weird that a small portion of the population has superpowers and the rest doesn't, and maybe society is biased towards those people. Oh, wait, he went crazy. Never mind, we have to kill him. And then the third one, Zahir, hey, maybe there is something kind of a little strange about hierarchical society, and maybe, oh, no, wait, he went crazy. We have to kill. And then you know what I mean? In the fourth movie, it doesn't really apply because the villain of the fourth movie is a literal fascist. So they don't really have a good point at any. She's not really portrayed as a Avatar of a good perspective to begin with. And the second season, I don't even remember. Season, not movie, sorry. At the end of Black Panther, Wakanda opens up and starts working to fight systemic racism, though? No, they don't. They offer to, like, take in refugees and give aid to local African nations. They don't really address anything. Like, not meaningfully. There's, like, the conflict where they have that CIA agent come in and they're like, oh, do we save him or whatever? But yes, they do. No, 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 no. They become liberals, guys. They become liberals. They do work in America? What the fuck? What kind of work? Do they donate to charities? What kind of work? Yeah, this is the kind of addressing. Yeah, they join the IMF so that they can help give loans to. Yeah, no, they don't. The way in which they assist this is it. Okay, this is capitalist realism right here. You have a superpowered African isolationist country, and then it's like, all right, we're coming out, we're busting it out big. Why aren't they like a Pan-African Union? Like, we reject like foreign investment and will now invest domestically. If they had any balls, there would have been like a subplot where the West is considering invading Wakanda because they cut off business contracts with the entirety of fucking, like, the rest of Africa was like, oh shit, we have a superpower in our continent now. Fuck Western investment. Fuck China. We're not taking their money. Fuck those guys. We're getting Wakandan investment. And then the fucking American businessmen are like, President, if we nuke Wakanda right now, we can keep these contracts. Like, that literally what I'm talking about has happened before. Well, okay, not literally. Things like that have happened before. The idea of like a local power prompting colonized nations to break off trade relations in America or other Western countries, you know, attacking in order to preserve. Has this not happened? We understand what I'm talking about here, right? That would have been, I think, a fairly realistic. That's not even super edgy. Honestly, that's not even like a leftist take, I don't think. I think that's just a realistic understanding of geopolitics. Oh, have a good one, Kat. I'll have as good of a day as a whitey can, okay? It's called getting Monroe doctrine. Yeah, it's just Vosh movies be lib. What's new? I'm only saying that, at least from what I recall, the Wakandan now we're going to fight against racism never rose to the level of meaningful decolonization, which means it's worth jack shit as far as I'm concerned. Oh, wow, you have another wealthy country that'll donate a portion of its GDP towards international aid. Like, cool. America does that, and we're clearly shit when it comes to addressing global inequality. So, like, America has charities. America donates a portion of its GDP to foreign aid. We have the largest GDP in the world too. So, in a flat amount, it's a decent amount of money relative to other countries. We're nice. It's just, yeah. It's just like, wow. You have another well-developed country, you know. They don't just donate to charity. It said T'Challa directly invest money in U.S. communities. Yes, they're liberal. Okay, sorry. That's just, to me, that's not like really meaning. I guess maybe a little bit. I don't know. Like T'Challa's like, here, Detroit, have 1 billion. I don't know. The problem is, like, you can't fix these issues without fixing capitalism. So without addressing capitalism, like, you're really coming at it kind of. You don't even have to be a leftist, really. The decolonization stuff, you can be you could be a liberal and believe in a kind of decolonization project the way that I just described. It's not really about liberalism so much as it is like radicalism versus. You realize you shifted your goalpost, right? They did address Killmonger's point. They just don't agree with the solutions. No, I don't think that's addressing the point really at all. I think that's the kind of placation that like meaningfully nulls people's understanding of the issue by making them believe that you're addressing a point. That would be like if somebody brought up world hunger at the beginning of one of these Marvel movies, and at the end, like Captain America smiles at the camera and drops a quarter in like a donation jar. Like, I guess that's in line with the problem. I mean, that's related. It's not. I think if anything, the job of narratives like that is to is to give people the impression that those kind of limp incremental approaches are even capable of fixing problems like that. When in reality, of course, there's a reason why we have global inequality. It's profitable for some groups of people over others, and the only way to address that is to either wrench those profits from their cold, dead hands, or to fight with them over it. That's how it's always been historically. That's how it works. You can beat them in the politics. You can beat them with the guns. However it happens, it's never as simple as just investing in a system. It's always going to be more complicated than that. Isn't Wakanda a monarchy? Yeah, okay, so there are other problems. Look, okay, wait, hold on. We're 20 minutes in. We need to... This isn't even the segment. People in chat are very angry that I'm not satisfied with Marvel's solutions, I suppose. All right. Let's move it past. Move it past. Run it down the river, okay? Just... What do they do? You put it in a little paper boat with a candle in it and just set it down the river, okay? All right. Are you all doing well? I hope you are. I love you. I love each and every one of you personally. It's remarkable how I manage that. Just one of the many skills I've developed as the world's only politics streamer. You don't though? Hey! Sheesh. My God. We want to talk the only segment I had planned today before Metro? Oh, Austin the Lefty. Welcome to your first VGG stream. Gingerbread Cookies, congrats on the 100% on your final today. Yoink. Boss bad. Have I seen the Portal A or Portal B problem? Isn't that problem solved? I think that problem is solved. I'm pretty sure it's been... if we're talking about portals, like the video game Portal rules, I'm pretty sure that's been solved. At least I've seen people talk very authoritatively. Yeah, I think I've heard the answer is B, but I could be misremembering. That meme, like, it's been around for years. It just pops up every once in a while. Anyway, as much fun as it would be to talk about this for half an hour, I only have so much to say. I'm only really commenting on it because so many other people are as well. But Joe Rogan posted a fascist meme on Instagram just earlier today, or possibly last night. Time doesn't really mean anything. It is, however, like explicitly a fascist meme. I'll talk about that in a second. Here's Soaked on Left, a data male in their natural environment, tweeting. But anyway, this is the meme, okay? So here we have the bastard union of two existing memes. The hard times leads to strong men, leads to good times, leads to weak men, leads to hard times cycle, which you've probably seen memes of with these words superimposed over images taken from paintings of the Roman Empire. Yeah. And then Joe Rogan in the comments below, we are in Kali Yuga, the age of conflict. All the chaos we're seeing right now was predicted in Hinduism thousands of years ago. Civilizations move in predictable cycles, and we are in the lower left-hand square of the chart. So he thinks we're in the weak men side right there. Do your best to elevate yourself and the world around you from the madness that is in the air, but understand that this insanity is part of an infinite process. So I'm actually going to assume that the people who watch me regularly understand why there's an issue with this, and I'm going to direct the remainder of this brief commentary towards people who maybe like Joe Rogan and don't necessarily like me. So that's the framing we're going to go with this, okay? So there are a couple of issues here, okay? It should be noted that the hard times leads to strong men, leads to et cetera, stuff is generally attributed to, or at least associated with, Julius Evola. We've talked about this guy on stream before, but this is the guy who thought Nazi Germany didn't go far enough, who thought women were subhuman, and who limped away from, what was it, the wreckage of Berlin with shrapnel in his back, and that, like, blew out his spine. He's like the mega super fascist, like, He's like so yeah, he thought Mussolini was too much of a liberal. He was, yeah, CEO of fascism. I could talk about all of his beliefs, but basically like everything people think is bad, he believed in. It's pretty much it. He was, I'm going to simplify this a bit, a deeply weak and paranoid man who, like many other men of his type, fantasized about building walls around himself, both in a personal and social sense. And I think it's that paranoia that leads people towards ideas like this, which I'll break apart in a few ways. First of all, the idea that hard times leads to strong men, like et cetera, is completely stupid and ahistorical. It doesn't actually mean anything. If you think about it for more than like 2 minutes, it really doesn't mean anything. Like people are always, I understand that intuitively there's a kind of logic here, right? That people who are competent will produce good societies, but people become decadent in those good societies, and that decadence then leads to a weaker society. Like I understand I understand there's kind of intuitive logic here, but the issue is if you take a look at history, this is just not true. For example, if hard times leads to strong men, what happened during the medieval period? For well over 1,000 years across the breadth of Europe, you had dozens of generations of men and women who plowed the fields, who lived rustic, difficult lives. Half of their children died at birth. Their women died in birth like 15% of the time. And what came of it? I mean, you did have occasional bursts of inspiration and technological advancement, but you know when and where those happened? They happened mostly in universities, and during the Enlightenment, they happened in the relatively erudite cities, largely by people who had never ever worked a farm, people who would have been considered quite decadent of the day. It was actually, if you take a look at the medieval period, and I'm simplifying massively because this is such a reductive way of analyzing history, decadence and wealth is generally what leads to good times. The wealth of Europe was built upon the innovation, technology, and leadership which stemmed from the wealthiest points within those societies. In truth, hard times produce not weak people, but people incapable of elevating themselves. That's the real truth. If people don't have tremendous, levels of education, if people are, dirt poor and they can't read, they're illiterate, it's very unlikely they're going to be able to build anything meaningful. Wealth is an abstract determinant in many cases of how much production is taking place in an area. They don't overlap perfectly, but generally wealthier areas, which will have your merchants and your decadent people and people, God forbid, to Evola, who have sex outside of marriage. This is where, civilization arises. Now, that's not to say that if you're just a humble poor person, you're weak or whatever. It just means that it is good for all of us if we are prosperous. That's what creates strength. If you want to talk about ingenuity, intelligence, morality, it comes from wealth and education. Absolutely it does. And this is the case almost ubiquitously, even though, again, we're speaking about like history generally, and that's a really big thing to talk about and to reduce to these ideas. It's really important to understand that people aren't like hardened by difficult times. If that was the case, how difficult has it been in the Middle East for the past forever? What did all the hardship, and then what was the best time for Iran? It wasn't during or right after the hardship. It was during the brief period of relative liberalization and education. This logic just does not work. Okay. Now, the reason why this is often attributed to and associated with fascists is because, think about this, all right? In chat, how many times have you seen this meme? Some version of it, not this one specifically over the political compass, but generally, because I've seen it so many times, Now, I'm going to make a guess. Pretty sure this is true, okay? Have you noticed that when this meme is brought up, the person bringing it up is almost always saying that we're in the weak men or the hard times section? Isn't that correct? Like, every time that's what they say. And people who believe in this kind of historical cycle always say that too. The reason why is because this is nothing more than a rebranding of the fascist myth of liberal decadence. The idea that a society has become greedy, corrupted, fat, bureaucratic, and egalitarian. That it's on the cusp of falling as a product of the weakness inherent to it. Talking about the weakness of society is like fascism #1. They love doing stuff like that because they have to essentialize problems in a system. When fascists talk about what's wrong with America, they don't say, well, not enough money is diverted towards education, and we spend too much on this, and we don't need to improve that, but we do need to improve this over and over. It's always in these broad moralistic terms. Societies become weak. Societies become decadent. Moralization and essentialization here are essential because fascists are really bad at politics. So the more they can simplify things, the better. Anything more than this, and you're going to short circuit them. Now, you have this incredibly simplistic, moralistic understanding of the world, right? Which is what Joe Rogan's positing here. He says we're in the weak men bit. Fascists love to say this because the natural follow-through from their logic is that the weakness of society we see today is a product of this decadent, corrupt, degenerate liberalism, but fascism will arise from it. That's the narrative. Why is society weak now? Well, it's because of degeneracy. And how do we improve from this point? Well, the meme that Joe Rogan put forward literally has strong men superimposed over the auth-right section of the political compass graph, which is where people put the Nazis in the memes. That's where they put the Nazi Wojak in the top right. Political compasses are bullshit anyway. Like, they're completely incoherent. They're really, really bad at delivering ideas. Politics is just too complicated to be distilled down to a two-dimensional, like two axes. It doesn't work, But with regards to Joe Rogan here, it's interesting how he is. Isn't he always supposed to come off libertarian? Why is he saying strong men are in the Nazi side of things? The authoritarian right. Like, he's over here complaining about free speech. Do you think they cared about free speech? And then he thinks, and I'm sorry, I don't understand. Does he think then that the authoritarian right then leads into the liberal right? The libertarian right? Like, you'll have the Nazis, but then they'll be like, actually, we are okay with gay marriage. This is incoherent. It means literally nothing. If I spent a year talking about this, I probably wouldn't run out of ways in which this is stupid and meaningless, so I'm not even going to spend that much time on it. I just think it's really interesting how Joe Rogan acts like he's quite left-leaning, progressive, he likes freedom, but he seems to speak pretty ill of the lib-left corner, and the meme kind of implies the auth-right corner is the good one, You can try it if you want, The Weimar Republic in Germany was considered one of the most progressive, and relative to the economic turmoil taking place beforehand, well-to-do places in Europe. Obviously, the Great Depression didn't help things along tremendously well, but, Nazi Germany took how many years to take Germany from the third strongest country in Europe to the, what was it, the fifth weakest country in Berlin? What's that meme again? The Nazis took very little time. They speed ran, Germany into the ground. It turns out that in addition to all their civic incompetence, declaring war on anyone and everything while purging your interior is actually really bad for good times. You can find them if you want. Hey, person who was around in Berlin in 1946, did you feel the good times? Were the good times a-rolling? Probably not. So, I've said all that. I want to finish here, the Kali Yuga thing right down here. So, Socialism Done Left has thankfully included a little snippet here, which I'm just going to read. The alt-right is making the Kali Yuga its own. Prominent alt-right websites feature essays citing South Asian religious texts and warning the Aryan prophets foretold the... It's the sushi I had earlier, I'm sorry. It's too much raw meat in my body. Warning that Aryan prophets foretold the moral dysfunction and coming destruction of the modern world. On Twitter, Tumblr, and other social media outlets, semi-ironic memes calling on readers to, quote, surf the Kali Yuga, end quote, circulate, sometimes embedded with Nazi imagery. So it's not exactly new for the far right to appropriate Asian imagery. That's what the swastika is, after all. That's kind of a big example right there. But we've seen this done several times. Yeah, Evola did that as well. Evola, the man we were talking about before, has actually written on Buddhism. This is not new at all. I've said before that fascism is ideologically incoherent. It's also very much iconographically. You know, other people get to do multiple takes. It's also very much iconographically incoherent, in the sense that fascists will appropriate imagery from anywhere they can. Have you ever wondered why, in spite of the fact that fascists constantly promote the need for strong men, they have so many femboy, like, trans Fuda memes? You know what I mean? Like, that's all over the place on 4chan. From far-right people. Or have you ever wondered why they appropriate so much imagery from Asia or from Africa, in spite of the fact that they're a little bit racist? They don't mind that much. They'll do what they need to get the point across. And in this case, it seems with Joe Rogan, there's been a very effective way of taking a essentially fascist idea about moral degeneracy and the fall of decadent societies and package it with this flair of Asian mysticism, which is good because Joe Rogan is a fucking moron, and this is right up his alley, you know? Like, Joe Rogan probably wouldn't post a meme that has a swastika in it, but a thinly veiled bit of far-right propaganda being framed through, just a little bit of mysticism, just a little sprinkle of it, that'll move him right along. It's really astonishing how soup brain he is. I have no idea what he must be like to talk to individually. There are plenty of people who are like this. Do you think Rogan realizes all of this, or is he just a dumb fuck? I submit to you what I would like to call the Rogan proposal. It really doesn't matter. He's enormously influential, and frankly, the Nazis were really dumb too, you know? Sometimes people distinguish, it's like, well, this person's maliciously posting far-right propaganda, and this person's just very dumb. Well, people who intentionally post far-right propaganda are usually pretty stupid too, you know? It's not like they're all geniuses. We're not separating, the intellectually elite from the unaware. No, it's the level of awareness to me is it's indeterminable and only somewhat relevant. Joe Rogan has for a long time been selectively hostile to left-leaning ideas and selectively, amenable to right-leaning ideas. And it's super all over the place. He endorsed Bernie. He's listened to plenty of criticisms of Israel. He's ostensibly in favor of some social democrat stuff. But on the other hand, he laughed at the idea of paternal welfare. He will not accept trans people. It's not a topic he can get over, it seems. He has conservatives on all the time, and whether or not he agrees or disagrees with them really is kind of a coin flip. Yeah, he's big into the COVID denial, like downplaying kind of stuff. But behind all of that, if there's some kind of consistent, consistent pattern to draw out, I think, I really do think it's the idea that there's something wrong with society and whatever he's doing is the solution to it. And that's really vague because you could say that about a lot of people. You could say that about me to a varying extent, but there's something about the way he carries himself that really gives me the impression that he feels that there's an almost spiritual need for his approach towards things. The way he talks about DMT, the way he incorporates, iconography and talking points from all over the place in order to sort of synthesize them into a big, completely meaningless, incoherent jumble of political stupidity. Yeah, I don't know if there's any real cohesion to this. I do know, however, that this is unambiguously fascist propaganda. from the Kali Yuga, the bullshit historical cycling, the the Evola tier, hard times, strongmen, etc., the putting the good side of things on in the auth right, all of these things play precisely into the political aims of the far right, which I think is a little cringe, in my personal opinion. This is a bad take. Vosh, you saying strong people are not going to be necessary for the socialist revolution? What on earth are you talking about? I'll say this much. Joe Rogan probably thinks himself a strong man, but I think okay, physically he's an extraordinarily strong man. But in a meaningful sense, I think he's actually quite weak. As we've established before, he is soup-brained, If you change lanes in traffic too quickly, he actually changes his opinions on some stuff as it sloshes around up there. But he comes off to me as somebody who's rather cowardly and unwilling to meaningfully take a stance on an issue. Even when he disagrees with people, it's overwhelmingly framed through some kind of innocent curiosity. He pushes back by asking clarifying questions. He really pushes back. This could just be podcaster brain, but I think it speaks to a fundamental unwillingness to adopt any meaningful belief system, which is absolutely weakness. Nice. There we go. If any of you, I'll put that out soon. If any of you have any people who like Joe Rogan and you get in an argument with them, then you can, send that their way. Excuse me. Would you platform Joe Rogan? I can't platform Joe Rogan. He can only platform me. I'm too warm. I need to switch into shorts. I am going to go switch into shorts because I'm still wearing jeans. And when I get back, I'll catch up on donos, and after that, we'll play some Metro. That's the name. Right. There we are. Right then, cheerio, lad. That's how British fathers greet their children when they come home. Your mom or whatever, Heoteo Corrupted, and Koopa Shell 10, thank you for the tier 1 subs all. Really appreciate that. Big Cheese Wheel, thank you for the tier 2 sub. I probably will. Ninja Taco and Sake Tanuki, thank you for the $10 both. Really appreciate that. I love you, my dude, but holy shit, don't ever sing again, you tone-deaf fuck. What, you mean when I sang the James Bond song? I think that could have been worse. When will we have a parody of Joe Rogan that has Fabio hair called Joe Rogaine that only sports-based science and politics takes? They'd also have to be taller than 5'6", or however short it is. Vosh, my sub auto-renewed, but I'm still a white name. Put it to White Nervosa, or email me if you want a refund. The auto-renew has been really buggy lately. I actually got a collection of emails from Payment Failed. Well, not from it. It was from PayPal, but it said, payment failed. And it was like a wave of them all at one time. So I feel like the site just dropped the I don't know, the queue to re-up people's subs or something like that. I'm not entirely sure why that is. I could just, I'll ask her to take a look at the architecture. Any thoughts on the hippy dippy debates? I haven't seen either. Grunkle Chubbs and Hersbird, thank you for the tier 1 subs gifted. Riley Bazaar, thank you for the $10. Hey Vosh, remember when you destroyed Stryker Lamau? Yes, vividly. It was a lot of fun. Sadly, not all of our debates can be quite that easy. Joji Joke and Penny Lefkowitz, thank you for the $5 both. Really appreciate that. Your video on pheromones shows that religious fundamentalists aren't the only people who can't accept we evolved because it's philosophically inconvenient. Actually, I've gotten an email from somebody saying that modern research has contradicted the previously held claim that humans communicate subconsciously through pheromones. So maybe it's not true? I got an email. I still need to take a look at it. It's on my reading list, the article that was linked. I told you there's mixed info. I just look, okay, it is the fact remains that sometimes when you get up close to somebody, they can smell very different to you and to another person in terms of like whether they smell good, okay? There's some kind of compatibility thing there, but that's absolutely a thing that's real, you know? Like this has happened to me before where I have, well, that's not pheromones. It's a component where, for instance, I had a friend who was a guy, and he got a girlfriend, and I hugged the girlfriend because I met her for the first time, and I thought she smelled, you know, you know how you can tell the difference between a person smelling bad and how a person smells? She didn't smell bad. Like, she didn't smell like she was unclean or anything. Just her body has a smell, as does all of ours, and I just found hers unpleasant. And later I brought it up with my friend because I'd known him for years and I knew he wouldn't be offended. And he was like, "Oh no, I think she smells really nice." And I think it's just like a compatibility thing. I have no idea. That has to do with incompatible immune systems. Maybe. I don't know. Look, people have some people think different things smell different. I just think there's an element of it when it comes to compatibility between people. I'm gonna have to read donos, otherwise you people are gonna race ahead of me here. Matthew H25, thank you for the 2 consecutive $5 donations. My grandfather has Metro 2033 and Fallout on his PC. He likes to play those games as therapy for his PTSD he suffered during the Vietnam War. Really? That's interesting. Well, I hope it works. That's interesting. I wonder how well that really could work, right? You know, most veterans with PTSD, I don't hear about them, like, playing video games after. I wonder if that'd be a useful kind of therapy if done, you know, in the right way, of course. Your friend Jen and Sake Tanuki, thank you for the very kind $10 both. You're the world's only OK Buddy Vouch and Dono reading only streamer. True! Honestly, I could get away with just doing those things. The video games and politics are just fun for the side. 2 yellow for you, Illa Devine. Thank you for the $5 both. Really appreciate that. Oh, I'm sure, Illa Devine, that he has no fucking idea what the Kali Yuga is. Neither do the fascists who appropriate it, I'm sure. And no 2 yellow for you. I do not play chess, but I hope Magnus Carlsen and Ian Nepomniachtchi are both having fun. Red Wave, thank you for the tier 1 sub. Nice. Good luck. Surpass me with your streaming memeing. Hello, Pigeon. Are we waking up even though it's only been 20 or so minutes? Are you ready to be annoying? You ready to be annoying? Here, do you want to present yourself to the stream by sort of sniffing my fingers, even though you know exactly what they smell like because you live with me and you're always smelling my fingers? Yeah. Nope, she's just going to stand there. What if I put you under the covers again? Maybe you'll just... Are you just going to go back to sleep? Yes, just had your little stretch, then you're done. Very good. Indigo Cozy, thank you for the very kind $10. I really, really appreciate that. No idea what to say, but if I don't, the government eats my fitness exemption checks. Oh, happy to have it caught my way. Thank you. Also, Zekzizi tries to sell all leftism as derivative of ML. Idiot. I don't think Zekzizi is an idiot at all, but, I mean, we obviously do have at least some ideological breaks. I think that Marxism-Leninism is ideologically meaningless, and that anyone who adheres to it should be hit with a bat. I actually didn't mean for that to be a meme statement. I was actually thinking up something sort of profound, and I ended up with that. How is it ideologically meaningless? Marxism is one thing. Leninism is another. Marxism-Leninism was synthesized largely in Stalinist Soviet Union as a way of creating a state ideology that people would follow as dogma, you know? Like, Marxism is like a theory thing. Like, you really got to read into it. Leninism, too. But Marxism-Leninism was like a state-enforced, all of you must learn it. And you'll never guess, by the way, Marxism-Leninism is very pro-state, even though Marx wasn't. And Marxism-Leninism is extremely concerned with maintaining existing power structures in the countries that employ them from the top down. If you can guess, you know. They do this all the time. Ho Chi Minh was pretty pog, in at least my opinion. But now Ho Chi Minh's ideology has been rolled into its own form of Marxism-Leninism, and now Vietnam does the same thing, where you're like, I have a PhD in Marxism-Leninism, which is like half theory and half learning to worship the state. Being a little reductive there, but ultimately, yeah, pretty much that's what I think. John Burton, thank you for the very kind $20. I really, really appreciate that. As an anarcho-pagan, the co-opting of iconography and other concepts by Nazis infuriates me. I'd love to come on and chat about it sometime, or how paganism can better account for your anti-theist takes. Much appreciated, but that's probably not a conversation suited for my channel. Also, I'm sort of emotionally committed to anti-theism. I'd probably, you know, just be sort of a cunt about it. I do appreciate it, though. I'm sorry about all these nice pagan symbols being ruined by association. David Henry and Chillmeister, thank you for the 5 both. Really appreciate that. I do not know what Soul Reaper is, so I'm afraid I can't say I'll play it. And David Henry, if you're moving out after graduation and you're going to be on your own for the first time soon, there are lots of cool things that you can do to enjoy living on your own, but I would strongly suggest you get to know your neighbors. Explain the difference between Marxism-Leninism and Marxism-Leninism-Maoism is. You want my hot take? There's nothing. Seriously, go talk to MLs and MLMs. There's like nothing. They just say whatever. They'll just say random shit. As long as they're defending the states that they simp for, like, they'll say whatever. There's an overlap. Sometimes they'll say contradictory things. It doesn't matter. These are authoritarian. These are pseudo ideologies crafted by authoritarian states to legitimize their eternal rule. There's not really an ideological basis there. They don't have to be consistent because they're not about imparting an understanding of the world. There are some good Maoist groups around the world, but not Marxist-Leninist Maoist. Those are two different things. Mortimier, thank you for the $5. Really, really appreciate that. You have an incredible strategy of having shit media takes to make me give you money telling you they're shit. Well played. Thank you, Mortimier. It does work out quite well, doesn't it? Geralta Boring Trivia, thank you for the $5. Please keep your lower sound inhibitors. I love listening to Vermin and Canoe heckling you. Also, please set up a baby cam. I'm not going to raise the inhibitor. But yes, one day a baby cam, I promise, okay? I promise. MLs exist in the global south too, and so do fascists. What concern is that? Just because the global south contains billions of people, there'll be people of any ideological disposition. I want to be a Trotskyist because it sounds the coolest. What am I getting myself into? You're being about as honest with your motivations as most of these people. Hot older sister, thank you for the $5. Wanted to update, coming out to grandparents was rough, could hear them crying over the phone. Thanksgiving dinner first times myself was magical, though. I'm really happy to hear that. Yeah, grandparents are going to catch on a bit slower, probably. But I'm really glad the dinner went well. I think that's what matters most. Seriously. Ron Coda, thank you for the $8. Really appreciate that. Christopher Metcalf, thank you for the $15. Can you publicly call Joe Rogan a talking P-worm? Like here or to his face? I can say it here, I just did in fact, but to his face I might have to phrase myself a little bit more articulately. Satanic Cabal with the tier 3 sub. Buy you an underage horse harem. Thank you very much, I really appreciate that. All the good OK Buddy Vouch memes packed into a tier 3 sub, which is how I'd like all of them delivered, frankly. QQQ, thanks to the $3. I have not seen the Laura Ingraham Where Have All the Men Gone segment, I'm afraid. They're all women now, sorry. Joji Joke, thank you for the very kind $5. Do you think it's just an accident of culture that 99% of people in 99% of societies have felt more than comfortable identifying as either man or woman? What? I don't think for the majority of history and the majority of cultures, gender as you understand it doesn't exist. If you mean identifying as either, the concept wouldn't have even existed back then. If you go back to ancient Greece and you were like, do you identify as a man? That wouldn't have even meant anything to them. Their understanding of sex and gender wasn't what ours is today. What you're trying to ask, but you're too uneducated to meaningfully parse out is, do you think that there's any particular significance to the fact that historically most people have been what we would call cisgender? To which I would say, first of all, the number there is going to vary massively by a number of things. How much alternative gender expression is permitted, are there third genders, which many cultures have had? For native cultures, they're two-spirit. India today has a legally recognized third gender. India has more than 1 billion people in it. We're not talking about margins here. We're talking about countries with 3 times the population of America. There are plenty of cultures historically that have had stuff like that. So even if you leave all that aside, the reason why the majority of people historically have identified as cisgender, even though that wouldn't have meant anything to them back then, is because most people are cisgender, right? I'm pretty sure like 98% of people in America are cisgender or something like that. So clearly things are about the same. I mean, right? I mean, I don't think there's a... You literally just rephrased my question, but sure, I'm too uneducated. Well, no, I don't think I just rephrased it. I think it's meaningful. And not uneducated holistically, but on this subject specifically, you have to be particular with your language. Again, if you went back to like Rome and you were like, do you identify as cis? Like, if we're talking about cis people, the majority of people are always going to be cis, but gender is a social construct. So you could argue that the era you live in will generally have gendered characteristics which correlate to the sexual characteristics demonstrated, in a bimodal sense. It's not a coincidence that people who identify as men tend to be larger, stronger, hairier, whatever. There's a heavy correlation between gender and sex in terms of who identifies as what and what they were born as. But that doesn't mean that there's some sort of definitive, objective tie, because one of those is just a category we created to associate characteristics with the other. So whether or not there's some historical association is rather meaningless. You could have a history, you could have a past where there's essentially no cisgender people by the modern definition, because back then they didn't believe in any kind of rigid gender expressionism and were essentially non-binary in a modern sense. That's not the world we live in, but you could have that and then today go, oh, well, since our idea of gender has changed, then now people are cisgender. It's not really a biological thing. Unless you're talking about whether a person is transsexual, and I think that number stayed pretty much the same. So to be clear, there's no biological reason most people would be cis. Well, you can only be cis in a world with gender roles which are socially constructed. If we're talking about being transsexual, not transgender, I mean whether or not a person biologically wants to... It's not a circular argument, Joji Joke. The language here is important and specific, and I have not been I have not been vague in what I have said. If you're talking about one's sex, I think we have about the same number of people today who want to have a pussy instead of a dick, or vice versa, or whatever, as you would have about 1,000 years ago. I think that's more or less the same. Or both, whatever. HRT is also sex. Yes, HRT is also... Again, yeah. Okay. All right. There are more donos to read. We'll get to them soon. But we have games to play. You're kind of dodging the question. They're asking why people historically organized along sex lines. No, that's a different question. That doesn't have anything to do with gender. You could have a theoretically genderless society and then ask why people differentiate along sex lines. Specificity is really important here. These are complicated ideas, especially when you're talking... That's literally my question, though. So you're asking why historically people have differentiated between sex when for the majority of people you're going to fall on either end of a bimodal sex distribution. Because it's bimodal. Because it's the two-hump camel. So there's a biological reason then? You're asking me if there's a biological reason for why in a bimodal sex distribution there would be generally two sexes. Yes, there is a biological reason for that. I mean, previous launch was unsuccessful. What the fuck do you mean? I think the last launch was fine. Oh, why did it just crunch everything? Wait, what is the resolution? Wait, oh god, what's happening? Oh my goodness. This feels like trying to get a gotcha rather than linguistic connotation. Chat, I'm not trying to get a gotcha here. If you don't have, if he doesn't, if they, I guess, if they don't understand the terminology well enough to ask a real question, then what am I supposed to do? I don't know what they're asking. The last question they asked was, is there a biological reason for sex bimodalism? Which, yeah, it's sex bimodalism. I was talking about the questionnaire. Oh, okay. I'm not trying to get a gotcha. It's just, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? It's hard out here. Okay, the Metro game just launched kind of weird. This game is not particularly stable, it feels like. Okay, yeah, what is the resolution? Why is the resolution wrong? What? Why? Wait. The resolution is off. What happened? 720? What the fuck is going on? It just randomly is at 720p? I'm changing it? Okay. Did we fix? We're doing the applying changes meme. Let me just mute the game while it does this. I don't know why this game is so unstable. Huh. Were you alt-tabbed out of it while it was loading? Maybe. Possibly. Don't think that should reset the resolution. Hello, Pigeon. Pigeon, are you joining me in this gaming adventure? Oh my goodness. Did you miss us when we were out for sushi? Yes, you did. Ooh. Yes, you probably just sat still for fucking however long we were gone. Because you're dumb. What do you think of Trotsky? I think he was a cuck. Anyway, to the person who I was talking with, just ask me directly just make the statement. I'm looking at chat now. Just make the statement, okay? Whatever statement you're trying to get at. Like, historically, the reason why trans people weren't around is because we're supposed to be cis. Is that what you want to say? What's the... Joji joke, we're not representative of the average person because the average person doesn't really know much about these ideas. Okay, are we fine? Are we fine? I think we're fine. Is my camera usually in the bottom right or the top right? Usually in the top? Okay. There we go. Okay. Oh, and I have to unmute. There we go. I just want you to acknowledge a fact. Joji joke, if the fact you wanted me to acknowledge is that most people aren't transsexual, then that's not a fact that I had to acknowledge, because everyone knows that. Nobody disputes that. No, Galley, I haven't. Alright, hold on. We're going in.
In the port, I found Crest, the mechanic Katya mentioned before. He told me more about the local fanatics and promised to help us if we take him aboard. He is also heading east. The main problem now is crossing the bridge, as the fanatics that built their shantytown on it are very unlikely to just lower it to let the Aurora through.
It's not just cultural.
Still,
cisgender
I
or
have a
cissexual?
more pressing problem now.
Anything pertaining to
Anna
gender
went off
is
the
going to be
grid.
heavily determined by
I'm quite sure she's all right,
cultural
but
context.
we can't afford to grow complacent here. The last time she used the radio, she was approaching a small hillock.
Okay, I'll turn the game down. Cisgender, not cissexual. There are heavy biological reasons. Yeah, but you could say that by like, that's because we constructed the categories of gender the way that we did. That would be like saying there's a heavy biological reason why like people in the tall men's club are tall. Like, yeah, we pre-selected for that, but we also created the tall men's club. We created the categories of gender in ways that heavily correlated to sexual characteristics. So obviously biology would be relevant to that, but we could have constructed those categories in other ways. You know? It's sort of a correlation causation thing. It's not like, you know, it's not like the existence of a tall men's club created tall people or anything like that, or they both emerged from the ether. One group already existed, the tall people, and then afterwards we created a club for them. Bit simplistic, but anyway, we are fixating on the game now. Let's go. Why do we even care about gender then? Seems like kind of pointless. True! Ooh, pigeon. Oh, that's right. We were here. While Destiny was in Twitch chat spamming me to ask me to debate him. Okay. Oh shit, I have my flashlight on. Oh god. Yeah, is there a reason? Is there a biological reason why all Aquariuses are born in like February? Oh, I don't know. Okay. He doesn't see me. I know that it doesn't look that it is, but it's actually dark right now. I know that's hard to believe, but it's actually nighttime. Oh yeah, this. Okay. 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 What the fuck is that noise? Okay. You have the brightness jacked for stream? No, I just remember this game having really bright nights sometimes. I think it's because we're like really far north, so it's like the summer and the sun never sets, basically. Because this is how night would look, like really far north. Why are they still unable to see you? Looking, that's just my natural stealthiness, okay? Pigeon, do you like trying to sleep right next to me while I'm being loud? Do you like that, Pigeon?
Doesn't look like there's any danger now, but you never know.
Okay. Remember, we're playing on ultra super duper mega difficult mode, which means that one bullet is all it takes to kill us. Oh god. Speaking of. Oh god. Wait, where? From where? Did they see me at the fucking crack in the architecture? Wait, is subtitles off? No, we have subtitles on. Can I, like, help them?
Guys, check this place. Look everywhere.
What the fuck you...
Know with these fuckers.
I'll... Maybe after I clear the bandit camp, I can help. I want to get, like, a shot in. Because otherwise, I'm going to go up there. There's going to be, like, 3 dudes. Oh, there's one. Hold on. Shh, 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 shh. Why can't I?
Where are you?
Come on.
Motherfucker.
Motherfucker. Come on. Headshot.
Shit! He's dead!
Really? Oh, wait. No, he saw a corpse. Wait, come on. Give me a good angle. Give me a line of fire. Give me a line of fire. Fuck, wait. That's it. Hold on.
Search the place, people.
Lean back. Lean back. Fucking lean back. Wait, nope, they're forward.
Hey,
That isn't it. That's not it. This isn't it, Chief. This isn't it. Oh my god, this is extremely not it. Oh, Pigeon. Gonna move right in front of the... Pigeon right in front of the monitor? Oh my god, what a tactical move. Oh my god, wow, you're so smart, Pigeon. What a tremendous degree of social awareness on your part. Truly one of the smartest animals. Yeah, get the fuck off. Okay. Why the fuck did my chat stop scrolling? Oh my god. We're gonna get me killed over here. Okay? Jesus Christ. Okay. The growling! She moved because I was being noisy. Okay, hold on. Wait, do I have shotgun shells? I do. Okay. What if we didn't try to aim? What if we forgoed aiming as a concern? What is that growling? Man, I forgot how much I liked this game. Holy shit. I hope we can play this for a while. Like, I hope you guys don't get bored of it. This game is, like, super fun. Okay, wait. We probably shouldn't waste ammo. Fuck. Okay, hold on. Does that rifle have no dust cover? Yeah, it's broken down. Okay, hold on. There should be one more guy here, I think, at the very top. Shh. Oh, yes, a blessing. Give me intel. Nothing? Why do you like this game so much? The gunplay feels really good. I like the environments. I like the very high damage that you and the enemies both do, and the low health we have, meaning that fights are very consequential. And I like that there's a little bit of management outside of traditional gunplay. Like, you have to keep your guns clean, and you have to charge up your flashlight and stuff like that. I think that little bit of extra work to do, like, makes things, you know, it just feels really good. There's a lot of immersion here, especially since there's no UI element. Okay, values, if we're busting in. Is it clear? Did we actually? Oh, shit. You're not up there, are you? Oh, fuck. Yes, President Sunday. The gunplay here is much better. Do you generally like first-person shooters? Yeah, they're not my favorite, but I... Did we get them all? That would be good. I don't want to die. Oh! Well, we know what the noise was now. Christ. Is there a biological reason for Destiny to be bothering you all the time? Thank you for the $5, Nox. I appreciate that. We have a friend who wanted a guitar. Hylian Dragoon Zero, if you want to get into Metro, I honestly think that you could start at any point. I actually started at Last Light, then played Exodus, then on stream went back, played 2033, then Last Light again, and now Exodus again. I think the games are good enough that you could start at the beginning or at this one.
Simon, the bridge is done for. The fanatics have taken over. I was prepared to give them a quarter of the cargo, but they wouldn't even hear me out. Wanted me to leave my diesel first, and fuck that noise. I'm not pushing.
You can't fuck noise. That's not how it works.
We're neck deep in the red, though. So I'm sending Surge to you with this message. Sell the diesel to the brothers. They were offering good cash for it.
Okay, wait. This is a fast way down. Okay, but I don't want to go down just yet. In fact, I don't want to go down that way at all, because I have to free the guy at the base of the tower. How far does this line take you? Oh, it takes you all the way back to the... Oh yeah, we don't want to go back there. Or do we? I'll decide when I'm back up here. Okay, let's go free the guy at the bottom. I would feel kind of bad leaving him there. Can't fuck noise. What do you think sounding was? True. Go find your wife. Yeah, our wife is missing. The lore demands that we pay attention. Oh shit, more gear. My wife. She's fucking hot though. What do we look like? We're shown our character model at some points, right? Like in the first game, you see yourself from behind. I don't know if you ever see your own character model in this game, which is prettier, so you're probably gonna look nicer too. Considering the fact that you're mute, you've got to have some pretty... You've got to have a fat fucking dick to get a broad like that. Hey. Oh, okay.
Thank you. Thank you. Ah, these devils got me on my way to the house of the fish. I had a penance from my father, Celandius, and so I got about halfway, and then these got me.
Yeah, good luck, dude.
I see you're one of the heretics, but I tell you anyway. There is a cache here, on this island. There is a device, but we can use it. It's a sin, but you could. I'll just have some rest here before I go back. I'll keep praying for you to the starfish for the rest of my life. It might save your soul.
Okay, you have a device on the islet? Is there some sort of indication you want to give me as to where this device might be, or are you going to... Alright, well. Okay, hold on. They worship a starfish. I went in this game. Yeah, they worship the big fish, I think. They're like a cult that forbids any use of electricity. Which, honestly, as cults go, considering the world was ended in nuclear hellfire, I think this is actually a pretty rational one. Not that the ideology is rational, but that a cult like this would emerge in such an environment, you know? I mean, if the whole damn world ends due to technology, I feel like it's a decent argument for not using it anymore. Not to say they're right, just, you know. Okay. So we're gonna head back this way. Oh wait, also, really quick, while we're up here, let's make sure we have all the waypoints. Literally Dune. I need to finish reading Dune. Yeah, President Sunday, any kind of electricity. Oh. Do you read or listen to audiobooks? I prefer reading, really. I do audiobooks for research stuff, but for, like, reading for enjoyment, I always prefer reading the book. I feel like I can do so much more for the characters when I imagine them in my head than when I hear them voiced. Even, I think it depends with the book a lot as well. Sorry, as you can see right now, we're collecting points of interest. Okay, I think that covers it here. Hold on. What nonfiction have you read? Well, I don't really read nonfiction. When I say audiobook, I mean, like, research. Like, you know, like, or like if there's a book on econ or something. Like, that I'll listen to. Okay, I think we're good. I'm satisfied, at least. Alright, we'll head back this way. Like, for instance, right? I was curious because I was reading the Horus Heresy books. We do not want to fight these lads. I was reading the Horus Heresy books for 40k, you know? And I was enjoying them, but I heard there was an audiobook. Wait, hold on. There are a lot of these guys. I don't really want... Oh my god. Oh my god. What? could have been worse. It could have been worse. Oh my god, it could have been worse. Oh, do I have health? I do not have any healing. That is nice. Okay. We go through here, then we're back at the train. Gotcha. We don't want to take the water. Oh, jeez. Okay. Oh, yes, I still need to add the soy hammer emote. Anyway. I saw an advertisement for an audiobook, and I really wanted to hear what... Never mind. One hit will kill us. I really wanted to hear what, Horus sounded like. Because in lore, he's, like, legendary for his charisma. He's supposed to have the deepest voice, like, imaginable. He doesn't even sound human. So I listened to the audiobooks, and, like, Horus was just the main narrator putting on a really deep voice. It was just like, normally he speaks like this. And then Horus, with his deep voice. It's like, well, Horus is 12 feet tall. I'm pretty sure he wouldn't... I'm pretty sure you'd have to do some audio editing to match his, you know... What's the safest way back? I really don't want to die. Fuck, there are wolves across that way. If we... Hey, don't you fucking try anything. Shit. Okay, hold on. Can we craft? Does height determine the deepness of your voice? Size does. At least in part. Yeah, okay. Alright. We're going to go not the water route. I feel like there's a risk for much more death in there. We're just going to take this route. We're going to heal up beforehand, in case we get scared. Alright. More specifically, the size and shape of your vocal cords, yeah. Oh no, Galley, I did. It's on my desktop, even. Cobwebs. Okay. We went out that way, so we... Oh my god, they have a fucking animation? New plan. That was a waste. That was also... Oh, I thought I blew his leg off for a second. Alright, well, we didn't take damage, at least. It's really tough to get them in the head. They're one shot in the head, but... Could have gone a lot worse. We didn't take damage, though. That's nice. Okay. We come out the other side. And then, okay, we avoid the water, which is good. Probably would have been better to take the water if I'd known I would have used 4 shotgun shells. What happens if you die? This game does not autosave often. You go back a while. Probably back to before the bandit camp, even. Okay. We're going to head this way, avoid the wolves, and we'll be fine. I'm on a hiatus on 40k, Iron Pond. Like I said before... Oh, here's a safe house. We can save. Neat. Oh, oh, oh. What? 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 What attack was that? Was that from the fucking anomaly? Hold on, we'll check in a moment. Before we sit down, 42 chemical to clean this gun. No, I haven't, President Sunday. God damn it. Did I say 42k? Ugh. Battery charge controller. Nice. Install that. No, I get that, Sir Political Banana. I know what I'm talking about would add significantly to the cost. I'll get some more steel ball bearings, or whatever the fuck. That's true, Campagno, but not for my air rifle gun. Since that's kind of a one-of-a-kind dealio, at least for now. Okay, let's, Anyway, what I was trying to say before was that ever since watching Dune and reading a bit of it, I've been much less interested in 40k. I see now, don't get me wrong, I like the universe and all, but holy shit, Dune just... It's extraordinary how much was lifted. You know, I don't think that lowers my opinion of 40k, it just makes it less interesting, I think. Yeah, less novel, really. Hunter deleted his neo-pronoun video. Oh, well... I never got to see it. Not at all, Samson. TM Jukebox, I haven't finished the first novel yet. No spoilerino. Okay, then up this way. This way? This way. There we go, I can see it. Okay. Oh, there's the spotter wolf. You can kill the spotter and they won't call more, but I think we can avoid using any ammo here. Because he's an idiot with no peripheral vision, and I'm really close to the train. Okay. Let's go! It'll be a while before I make it to the 4th Dune book. That's a whiles out. You're going the wrong way? No, I'm not. This is the way up. The worst parts of the video starts by mentioning Doe versus RGR. It seems more of a personal attack on Doe. I really don't know what Doe has done. Oh yeah, Galley, that's because we're playing on the hardest difficulty. Like, Doe hasn't done anything to earn the ire that it seems to have attracted. Like, I don't think Doe was even, like, that combative, really.
Anna's all right.
Oh, don't you worry, Katya. Our people will find her soon.
I hope no one else finds her first.
Well, I definitely wouldn't worry about that. Anna sure knows how to take care of herself.
Wait, we're not supposed to be here. We're supposed to be... I'm a fucking
Really
moron.
keep calm, you know?
I'm sorry. The object... Why did I think that was a regular objective marker? What... Give your buddy the guitar? You're right! We can give him the guitar! Because we're, like, carrying a guitar around in, like, a war zone. Lad! Friend!
Everything will be fine.
It's him, right?
Isn't that so, Artyom? Well, you see now? Artyom is on the case.
Is it him?
So it's definitely going to be fine.
He hasn't even asked for it yet? Okay, okay, okay. Look, I'll be back with it. Oh my... Did you just see that? I didn't jump. I just ramped off of this. Was it this rock or this barrel? I just ramped... Yeah, I just ramped off of it. I didn't jump. Jesus Christ, like I'm on a skateboard. Okay, okay, okay. The objective's over here. Okay, we'll give it to him after the mission. We have to save Anna! I remember this bit. This bit's sad. Okay, this time we might have to kill the wolf. We'll see where he is. Oh, shit. Okay. How do we salvage this? We run and pretend it didn't happen. Yes. Yes, we run and we pretend it didn't happen. We run and we pretend it didn't... Yes! Anna! My wife!
Artyom, I heard you call me. It was so great there. But I heard you.
It is pretty disproportionate,
Couldn't
though.
leave you.
She's been down here without a mask for a while. Now we will protect my wife. She's protected us for, like, a good portion of this start and before. Yeah, plot-wise, she's been here for like 20 minutes, okay? I actually think the game would have been better if there had been a timer to get here. So that you couldn't, like, fuck around and spend, like, 6 in-game days, like, shooting people and, like, you know, dabbing. Like, if it had been, like, she's missing, we need you now. I think that would have been an improvement if they'd forced you out of it to come over here. Alright, we are burning through... we are burning through our filters right now, so let's... Sheesh. Ugh. What the fuck? No? Okay. This one? No, they're too bent. Get bent. I say that because I'm cool. Why am I stuffing mushrooms in my pockets? They are chemically useful. And I am a drug addict. No, Plague Dr. Matt. I just popped in for a minute. Oh! Oh. Second time works. I'll take it. My wife is still dying back there. Hey. Oh, there's... God damn it. It's difficult once they're running. Alright. You want bullets? Nope. The bullets aren't that much better, honestly. Am I being attacked from behind? Can these things even die? Jesus. Headshots, Vosh? Yeah, you know, I'm trying over here. Oh, wrong one. This one. Still don't have any fucking health. Nice meme, Depressed Brit. You actually got me there. We do have grenades, yes. Molotovs, which we should be using. Meanwhile, my wife... That's not... Okay, C does not crouch. C throws the Molotov. Alright. The more you know, huh? Yeah, that's actually the only time Artyom makes a fucking noise. Okay, well, we can waste less ammo this time around, I guess. That's nice. Alright, my wife. I will save you. The real argument in favor of anarcho-primitivism is that I feel that, like, big honkin' milkers are gonna be so much, like, they're gonna mean so much more when there's no internet, right? Like, when the nukes fall and they knock out the power grid, and if you want to see big boobies, you actually have to find someone with big boobies and, like, talk to them. I feel like the stock value of big boobies is gonna skyrocket. Same with a lot of other stuff, you know? Yeah, it's going to be like a Lisa, where people are trading in porn mags. Yeah, Danny, it's probably not any easier. What if I act weird around Big Mommy Milkies? Well, then you're probably never going to get to see them. Hup. Okay, this time, here's what we're gonna do, lads. Okay, we're gonna respond. We're gonna respond to the enemy that's right there. By shooting them. Fuck you. Good strategy. Bulletproof. Honestly. Actually, bulletless. One minute on the filter. Oh, I can see the pixels in that fire. What not playing on ultra settings does to a motherfucker. Iridian Knight, thank you for the $5. I really appreciate that. Oh no, don't worry, Iridian Knight. I've played this game before, and on the first time around, I actually did get the good ending. I've never even seen the bad ending. Gotta save my wife. Gotta save my wife. Wouldn't Apocalypse lower the demand for Big Booba? I think people fuck plenty, even in bad situations, you know? There are plenty of people in, like, destitute third world countries that are fucking all the time, right? I mean, what else? Like, that's, like, the simplest thing people can do, really? It's... At least in the West, you know, or in developed countries or whatever, we've got video games. It's like the opposite of sex. Oh, right, fuck right. Yeah. Oh, 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 oh! Whoa! What? Cool. Cool. It's fucking jammed. God help me. Alright. The natives are restless. Okay. This way? Which? Son of a bitch. Oh boy. Okay. Oh my god, he won't stop following me! What the fuck? No means no. This is a feminist stream now. God, do you guys... I keep up on Rick and Morty just to appropriately proportion my disdain. Do you guys remember the fucking giant sperm episode of the most recent season? Where it was like an otherwise unexceptional episode, but like 3 times during, the girls were like, now you know how it feels to live in a society. Do you remember that shit? Holy fuck, that was poorly written, okay? That was some wacky shit right there. This is the way around, right? Okay. Loba, simply stay calm. I don't know. Anxiety advice is going to vary from person to person.
Hold on, we're coming for you.
That was worst season easily. Oh, yeah. The thing that really pisses me off, though, like, for real, is, the thing that really pisses me off is, you know why episodes like that happen? Maybe not necessarily in the Rick and Morty case, but, like, generally. It's so fucked up when you have a good show, or in Rick and Morty's case, an okay show, and they're like, okay, this show needs to be more woke, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to bring some consultants on to, like, guest write for this episode. And they're progressive, but they're not, like, writers by trade, or at least they're not as good as the show's default writers. So rather than just consult, they actually, like, manage, or they, like, insist on some lines or plot segments being in. And then it ends up being, like, the worst episode, which sucks because, like, there's nothing wrong with wanting to make shows more progressive or have, like, progressive themes, but you can do it without sacrificing the quality of the content, you know? You have to appropriately integrate it. This is just like another case of fucking middle management insisting because they want to, like, you know, trend on Twitter for the clips that'll be made from the woke moment or whatever.
We have to tell the others that we found her, Sam.
It's good Artyom found me.
Depressed Brit, you can go back in there, and I will.
Oh, what is this?
I guess I could just go back in right now and ignore the cutscene.
See the barrels? They're chemicals of some kind.
Really?
This place is either for storage or it's a dump.
And
And that short could have been put there by the locals to mark the spot.
Thank you, my love.
Oh, okay, all right. So, Artyom, let's pick her up now?
No way in hell. I can walk just fine.
Yeah?
I'll just rest a bit and get going.
The old man's probably going 7 sorts of crazy now, thinking his precious daughter got hurt or something.
Dad, it's me. My radio battery died. I got it wet. Other than that, I'm fine. Artyom and
You
the
know,
guys are
good
here.
modeling work on the face. They don't have her default face model. She looks sick, you know?
Attack because of you. You are getting detention once you are back, young man. Sam, is that you? Thanks for helping find Anna.
Wait, I did it. What?
But here with extreme prejudice. Time to talk some sense into that brat.
He-
Stepan's asking for some too. Trying to get civilians on board. Everyone's gone nuts here.
Head back. Help Stepan persuade my father about letting Katya and Nastya travel with us. Artyom, I am feeling better now. Really, I am.
You have the
So, Sam,
sick
tell me
face
what the
model.
hell
You
enemy
look
places
ill.
like,
All
so
right.
that we know when we see
Let's go
it.
take a look at that last, hold on.
First of all, there are these huge
Oh, wait.
humanoid robots. All plastered with stars and stripes, with nuclear reactors
All right.
up their asses.
I think I killed all of them. I just want to run back in here and get that one. What was the thing that was locked? Was it the place right towards the beginning? Did I go in through the wrong way? I did, didn't I? Yeah. Is that the voice of the Toonami robot? Holy shit! Is Sam the Toonami robot? Wait. Oh my god, that slaps. Let me through. I'm soying right now. It's right here, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah, shoot the lock. Easy. He's also Spike from Cowboy Bebop. First of all, I haven't seen it. Second of all, even if I had, wouldn't have seen it in fucking, English dub. Okay, is this is a different gun model, I'm pretty sure. Yeah! Absolutely.
Well, let me be serious too. How the hell am I supposed to know about it now? I haven't seen one in, what, 20 years or so?
Let's fucking go. Alright, let's get out of here. Oh my god. Oh my god. I came in through here and took a left. The door was right there. Okay.
Bases look like bases. Nothing like that around here. We have yet to see anything even remotely resembling one. If we do,
He's the only good VA because his he doesn't have to fake a Russian accent. That's not a bad point. You hear about that money truck that opened up on the highway? Yeah, didn't some people get arrested for taking money? That will happen to you. Just because the truck opens up doesn't mean the money that falls out is yours. Nice try. Oh my god, can they cross? Okay. Whoa. Ooh. No, Absurdist Monk, I took the optics with me. After I set the gun down, I disassembled it of all of its components that are useful. I just left the frame of the gun there.
Artyom, help us here. The old man won't let Katya and Nastya come with us, even though Katya told us where to find a passenger car in great condition.
Wouldn't that mean we'd burn more fuel?
We have to go back now, I guess.
Where would you go? Those fanatics would eat you alive.
Maybe I should drop my gun.
Well, maybe they... I don't know.
I mean, sure, it's not just about the space. We might have to fight our way through the bridge.
Good luck.
Even after we do, we don't know what dangers lie ahead. Still...
Hi, Artyom.
Alright, welcome to the crew.
Thank you. Won't let you down.
Get ready for a cutscene, lads.
Hey, Artyom. See how it all worked out?
Can I sit? Is this chair for me?
Artyom,
This feels like the meat chair.
have a seat.
Yep. I knew it.
Look, we have
I'm
no
eating a
opportunity
protein
to
bar.
cross
Good
the
luck,
bridge
guys.
Without an assault. There are trade caravans going up the river, and the bridge dwellers do business with them. So, disguised as such traders, we will infiltrate the bridge and lower it. Katya says it still works. They won't be able to stop us if we move fast. And should they try, we'll cross it no matter what those fanatics think. They want blood, they will get it. So now, we only have to wait for the trader's boat.
Colonel, sir, we can't just leave them here. They will be eaten alive.
Stepan, did you ever try using your head? Do you know where we are going? What we are going to face on the way there? Where, pray tell, are they going to sleep on the Aurora? Atop the coal crates? We Spartans can handle it. But for a woman with a 6-year-old daughter, no less, this is unacceptable.
I'll give them my bedroll and move into the
You
stokehold.
will fall asleep and get your throat cut the next day you get guard duty after trying to sleep there.
Still, I know we can't leave them.
Let's just collect that carriage Katya told us about while we wait. We can't leave the child here. And anyhow, how long are we going to sleep in turns for?
Are you starting that again? How? How are we going to collect that carriage? I'm not taking the Aurora there.
Oh, you don't need it. I have a rail car hidden in the terminal. It can tow a carriage like nobody's business. Artyom and I can go get it and bring the carriage back.
No way I'm letting you go. It'll take us both till morning to finish the repairs, and I can't handle it myself in time. Okay, have it your way. I'm done playing the monster here. We get that carriage. We take the civilians with us. Artyom, will you handle this? Listen, Artyom. If the caravan is sighted, drop everything and rush to the port. It's our best chance of traversing the bridge.
Thanks, Dad. Katya and Nastya will be so grateful.
Here, Artyom. It's a breaker for the rail car. It won't run without this. She's a real babe, Artyomich. No two ways about it. We went to hell and back, her and I. So much stuff you hold, so many tight spots she saved me from. Look, Artyom, since you're going to the terminal, hear me out. It's quite a distance away, and look, if you go at night, there's less of a chance you might run into bandits. They stay at their camps when it's dark. But it's not gonna be easy either, since more beasts come out and there are also electrical anomalies. The fanatics call them the demons of electricity, so you should think about your options before heading out.
Artyom, Duke is on a mission in that area. He's keeping tabs on the bridge. Reception is bad there. We get mostly static from him. Anyway,
Nice.
if you meet him, he'll update
I agree
Great
completely.
job persuading the old man.
Yes.
Check out my setup here, Artyom. I finally got everything the way I wanted. A proper workbench with storage space for all my
All right.
tools. and
Here's our
some
fucking
to spare.
Kalash.
You
Look at
can
that.
bring your weapons and make ammo for them here, just like with any other workbench you might find.
More gun.
Rack is only available here on the Aurora, though. I'll keep samples
More
of every
optics.
gun you find, and you can exchange
Bigger
them whenever you
magazine.
want. Always in the best working condition.
More lasers.
Oiled and shiny like new. You won't have to install any attachments again, though. I am going to make you all competent gunsmiths eventually.
Oh, this
Listen, Artyom, I have something
lets me
for your
swap out
team.
for other guns. That's
You can
nice.
try installing it. Use the workbench. Well, I won't keep you here any longer.
So we were using the bastard SMG before. Okay, no, I'm quite happy with this, I think. Alright. This shotgun. Oh, all my guns are so dirty. Okay, hold on. Oh, we got some upgrades. Hold on. Airtight pneumatic system. Pog. Doesn't lose air if the pressure is above normal. Oh, sick. More damage. Tube magazine. Rotor magazine. Yes. I'm soying at the moment. Okay, I'll clean the damn weapons. Clean. Expensive. I'm not going to clean the other ones, though. Because I don't want to.
So, did the backpack come in handy?
Anna, thank you and Artyom for helping us. I don't know what would have become of us without you. It is a cursed place. And that's Silantius.
Silantius.
Don't thank us before it's all ready to go. It all hangs on Artyom now, so wish him luck.
Of course, God bless you, Artyom. And you, Stepan, thank you.
It's a long way on the other side of the map.
Don't even mention it.
Alright.
Uncle Artyom, Uncle Artyom, are you going on a mission?
She's calling me uncle real early. I don't like clingy people. Alright, hold on. Okay. I think we're good on the waypoint markers.
Are you going to the
Are you going to the terminal? This guy's literally named Idiot.
up in a carriage near the bridge? Ask him for a sit rep.
Are you going to all the places like a real gamer? Fuck yeah, I am. You think I play open world games to run to the story objective? We're hitting every question point on this map. Question point? Question mark. Question mark point. Thank you.
Artyom, Nastya has something she wants to ask you.
No doubt.
Go on, Nastya.
Uncle Artyom, will you find my teddy?
There, that wasn't so hard. See, there are demons nesting somewhere on those storage tanks near the terminal. So, could you check if the toy is on one of them? I know this sounds silly, but it was a present from her father, and she doesn't want to leave without it. Look, I'll be in your debt if you do. Oh, and don't do anything risky, of course.
Really?
Hey, what are you people doing? Turning our main frequency into a call show? He's got a mission. Don't pile stupid shit on top of it.
Oh, Colonel, sir, we're done already.
I'm just too nice to you all. Alright, as you were. Over and out.
Raven! I think that's too big to be a crow. Alright, we've got lots of shit to explore. Lots of time before a proper cutscene. That didn't hit. That was a headshot. Yeah, okay. Sheesh. They seem to be salty. But there has to be a way in here because I saw what looked like an entrance from the top. Wait, was that not a... Oh, boy. Oh, they were just open. Okay. Pain noises? Yeah, there you go. Alright, we might be injured for a little while, guys. I don't know why I thought that would work. Okay, hold on. But first... Wait, we're at the question mark right now, but it hasn't been tripped yet. We're not... We haven't done it yet. What are we looking for over here? Ready to die to trivial fall damage. Oh, am I? Okay, wait. Is it in here? Did I just miss? Because it's still a question mark on the map, which indicates that the thing hasn't been, you know, found. Okay, not that. Let's just do a whole sweep, okay? We're sweeping right now, alright? We're like some kind of sweeper. Chat! You cunts! No spoiling. I guess it's not really a spoiler because I've played before. Hush up! Oh. This one's already opening. I see. I see. Maybe I could just slip in through here, you know? I think I could do it. Oh, wait, here we go. Nice. Oh, it's a safe room, I think. We can heal. On. Look at that! And only a little bit of radiation, hence the Geiger counter clicking. And a dead guy. Used to be his, now it's mine. We should move in the nighttime, probably. Let's move in the nighttime. Okay. How you doing, chat? Sake with $10. Does it bother you when you see big tits on 34Cs in porn? I expect 36H or something? No, I never really look for big tits in porn. I think I'm pretty ambivalent about tit size, to be honest. Nice, Yahweh. Like, I mean, big boobs are, like, bit soft and bouncy and stuff. Don't get me wrong, but I think, you know, it's... The whole spectrum of titty sizes are good. So you're an ass man? Well, yes. Nice, too yellow for you. What about fake tits? Do you mean, like, regular fake tits where they look like normal breasts? Or do you mean the ones that are, like, meant to be obviously fake looking? Okay, that's a bandit camp we've cleared. Yeah, that's the one we cleared at the beginning of this stream. Okay, so we'll head up. I know that for a while it was actually a pretty popular porn category to have, like, the bimbo, like, Barbie-looking girls with the breasts that were super obviously fake. Like, the point was that they looked fake or whatever. Same with the lip injections and stuff. It's really not my thing, but I guess if it makes other people happy. Oh, interesting, depressed Brit. Yeah, this is nighttime again. Oh, goodness. Is that... Why are they so blue? Is it weird to specifically like small boobs? Why would it be weird to specifically like small boobs? Like what you like. Besides, by porn standards, like, 80% of women have small boobs anyway, you know? Oh, fake Barrett. I don't think that... I think it's very weird to shame women for having breast implants. I think the people in chat were, like, doing the throw-up emote at, like, the deliberately massive, like, supposed-to-look-fake type fake tits. Which, again, if that's what you like, go for it. That's your right as a, you know, God-fearing American. But I can understand some people finding it a little bit off-putting. I mean, the whole point is for them to look unnatural. That's the point. Unnatural things, kind of by definition, tend to put people off, at least a little bit. What the fuck? Oh god, the fucking electrical thing is outside.
Artyom, Miller here.
Oh.
Transmitting Duke's coordinates. He's keeping tabs
That's
on
a
the
gun.
bridge from there. Meet up with him. He'll fill you in on the latest
Shit. Anything else in here? We had this rather large shotgun. I couldn't tell you, Ricky. Interesting, Cypher 23. That's, I'm sorry to hear that. I think you passed a crate with a lock on it. Oh? Earlier? Oh, earlier. Oh, you meant you meant earlier. Yes, Janko Bun Bun. With a lock on it. I don't remember. I don't know if like there were any locked crates. I don't know if that's a thing in this game. No, I don't think so. I did miss that though. Okay, we're heading this way. There are places you can find even if you can't find them with your binoculars. Oh! I put my gun down. He really didn't see me? How far back are we? Why do they ask me if I want to proceed? It's a... I'm dead. That was a bandit? Yeah, I thank you. Really? How far back are we? Where are we? Where the fuck? Where? Oh, okay, we're in the safe house. Okay, that's fine. We're right across from that one train car. Weird he didn't attack you sooner. Again, I know it doesn't look that way, but it is nighttime. You see this shit, Vosh? Pro-business Labor Party? What, you got a problem with the pro-business Labor Party? Yeah, I'm a communist. Yeah, I'm pro the stock market. What are you gonna do about it? Some Caleb Maupin shit. Now, where was that other train car? Where was the... Okay, we were heading this way. Right? Which means... But the train car was in the gap in between these two lines, so... Well, that's what it is. Wait, what? Jesus! Okay, fine. It's radioactive or whatever. We're here. Oh my god. Could never say, Helios. I've always found worship of small businesses to be kind of cringe. Oh yeah, it is cringe. There is one thing for which small businesses are a lot better than large businesses, though, and that's the community, you know? It is so much better to walk around a downtown area, you know, like highly walkable, lots of stuff to do, when all the adjacent businesses are like cool, one-of-a-kind places that you couldn't just get a million other places. The uniqueness really helps. That's the reason why Pike Place Market doesn't allow chain businesses to open up there. It can't be a franchise or whatever. It has to be
Miller here.
unique.
Transmitting Duke's coordinates. He's keeping tabs on the bridge from there. Meet up with him. He'll fill you in on the latest developments in the terminal.
No.
Miller over and out.
No, I will not. Yeah, Gala, it can definitely depend. It's best when those businesses are co-ops as well. Yeah, for sure. Does Artyom not speak? Because he's always busy. Eating a lemon head. It's always very sour in his mouth. Alright, not this time, motherfucker. We've outwitted this puzzle. Hunt. I approached him with my fucking gun down. What's up?
Huh?
Nothing. Oh. Oh. Oh, dear. Okay. Ran out of air pressure there. That's why. Always remember to elevate your onions. Oh no, we're just out of shots. Fuck. Hold on. Always good to have these. All right. What's up? Oh, Quoteth, that charges our flashlight. It is, it's just a way of keeping the flashlight charged. Which I think is a neat little detail, that you have to do that. Oh, with the whole world being over. Yeah, it's a battery you're hand cranking. Which is, you know, real technology, just wouldn't be that fast. Okay. So there's a random, just a fucking random bandit shack right out here. Is there anything else nearby? These houses are sunk. I can't reach them without a boat, and I kind of don't want to. Because they're kind of spooky looking, you know? Probably nothing there anyway. Oh. Dogs. Do you think all drugs should be legalized? Yeah, sure, why not? Can Artyom swim? No. Not in all the gear he's carrying, at least. Huh? Neat. He's sleeping. Ooh, I'll let him go. Well, Zan, I will have to play God of War 2018 before playing, the next one. Oh my god. Yep, mask. Agreed. Wow, it kind of sucks in here. Oh, new mask! New mask upgrade. There are reasons to explore. Oh shit, we really are in fucking wolf territory. I'm about to get knotted by 13 werewolves or whatever. Okay, wait. If we want to head this way. Maybe we should just sprint? We should sprint. Hup, 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 hup. Wonder if these oil tankers have anything? Well, this is quite a large train line. I'd be surprised. Oh boy. Hilltop Ironworks, the $10, thank you. Hey Vosh, two good friends of mine just died of COVID as a direct result of the event where Tim Pool also caught COVID. Any ideas on what to say to Tim? For you? Wait, I'm sorry. The event where he caught COVID. What event did he catch COVID at? Look, either way, I'm very, very sorry to hear that. I'm afraid I don't have any, any direct advice there, really. I mean, it would depend. It would depend on the event, right? Jesus, 2 friends. Oh. Oh. Uh-huh. Well, we got a minor case of radiation poisoning. But we are at the next place we're headed to. Safe zone? Nice. Now we can put on our new gas mask. Extended filter. Yes. Well, thank you, Kendana. Shit. We'll make a med kit. We'll make a gas mask filter. Clean the guns. No. Sure. Ah, it doesn't continue it during the nighttime. I think that'd be good. I know it wouldn't be realistic, but... Not Jimmy's Room. I don't really know anything about the Beatles or really care about them. I know they're a big deal and all, but... they have not had a substantial impact on my life. My life? You think we'll ever abolish time zones since they make no sense? Well, no, they're still kind of useful, aren't they? Wouldn't it just be better to have 2 time zones, or sorry, 2 time systems that everyone knows about, local time and universal time? We kind of have that already, don't we? They're just... Oh. And another. Fun. Has anarchist Twitter moved on to abolishing time zones? I think there's like some utility in time zones. It's just they're a bit... Oh my god! What the fuck? It's because he howled. Alright, well, good thing we just saved. Jesus Christ. Vosh, all your tweets are bangers. I know. Well, it saves before you sleep? How does the autosave work here? Did I even switch my mask? Does it autosave whenever you access a workbench? No, I'm using the... Okay, so after you finish using a workbench. Okay, well... Do you have an RTX 3090? God, no. Let's go. All right. Aren't they coming out with the 4,000 line soon anyway? I've seen pictures. They look very shiny. Whatever happened to the P.O. box? What about it? I've had it. Oh boy. We have bandit shenanigans taking place. Alright. Feeding prisoners to dogs? Is that what we're doing? Is that what we're getting off to? Is that what we're jerking our willies to? Is that what we're squirting our milk over, huh? You sick fucks. You sick pieces of shit. Jerking your gherkin over dead prisoners. Coming. No, Danny, you have to email me. Alright, hold on. Oh, shit, they heard that. Oh, it's happening. Oh, shit.
That shit. All that walking for nothing again. Fuck.
It's time. That's true, Danny.
Or you could just go and bite the dust here for fucking nothing.
Just one?
Fuck my life.
Fuck. 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 I deserve that. That was very much my fault. Yes, I accept total responsibility for that one. I need a better scope, okay?
What's that noise over there?
No noise, sir. No noise.
Nah. Looks like it really was fucking nothing.
Okay. This time for real. Okay. Oh, he's looking. Okay, for a second I thought somehow that missed because I saw the shrapnel from it hitting behind the guy, but then I realized the bullet just went through his head. Which... That's fine. No! You know... I feel like that's actually pretty realistic to, like, breaking into a bandit. Like, trying to sneak into a bandit hideout. You know what I mean? Like, you get one guy, and you're, like, sneaking, and then, like, a floorboard breaks. Some guy's like, oh. And then your fucking the lower half of your torso just gets turned into mist. I appreciate that. Thank you, game. Thank you for not patronizing me. I appreciate that. Mr. Deemster, thank you for the very kind tier 2 sub. Really appreciate that. Still alive with the $2. Have you played any Mario hacks before? No. You mean like ROM hacks? Like Kaizo? No, I have not.
What could even be that? Well, nothing yet.
Oh, guys. This is at least partially my fault. Hold on. I scheduled something. When I was at Free or Future Fest, it's Al Jazeera, like an Al Jazeera associated interview. Like a conversation. It's scheduled pretty soon. But it's at 7 a.m. my time. Because I'm on the fucking East Coast. That's not Vosh time, okay? 7 a.m. is not Vosh time. I probably won't even stream it. Oh. Wait. They might be a prisoner.
That's what I call a plan. Gliapa knows what's up.
You suck at your job, dude. Now, I'm just gonna assume he wasn't a prisoner, because the games usually do not give you the option to stealth kill prisoners. How fucked would that be, though, if you can break into a compound from like 6 different directions and one of them puts you in contact with the hostage first, but he's just like a dude sitting there, so you fucking stab him and you don't even find out till after.
How were they going to do that? The true way, with a cross and a prayer. Damn, they must be stoned.
Okay, so if I walk across any of this shit, how do we handle this? Fuck, wait, how do we okay, hold on. How many of them are there? There are at least 3. Okay, we'll make our way down. We gotta be stealthy, okay? Hold on. Switch to canisters. Oh, oh! That's one. Could you survive a US prison? No, I fucking couldn't. Why would you ask me that? I'm a live streaming video game player. What the fuck do you mean? What skill set could you possibly believe I have that would let me do okay in prison? Okay, there's one. The very dangerous beam of light. But they're in the middle, so they're probably in the eyesight of another. Oh. Oh. Please. This is a prisoner. Okay, they're in the prison. Okay, they're in the prison. Okay, hold on. Dun, 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 dun. Wait, why can't I? Stealth kill. Okay. Okay, there we go. What's that line? I'm like a fart in the wind. I never saw Venom. I just saw that line. That line was funny, for how unfunny it was. Oh, like a turd in the wind? Wait, that's even better. That makes no sense. That's even better. You shouldn't smoke. It could kill you. Shit. There was another. Not knocking them out genocide run. Fuck these guys. They were feeding prisoners to bandits. This is actually one of the reasons why this is the game that I like the most of the 3. It's because this game has a coherent morality system. The first game's morality system and the second game's made no sense to me. It was like kill nobody, but like it was really arbitrary who you could and couldn't kill. In this one, the game's morality system makes a lot more sense, you know? If anyone attacks you, you're free to defend yourself. Bandits are totally free to kill. Prisoners you should always save, if you can, of course. And there are populations that will be hostile towards you, but not because they're evil, just more because they think you're a threat. And those ones you shouldn't kill. I think that makes sense. At least the decisions that this game thought were moral, I always agreed with while playing it. Or at least almost always agreed with. Nothing pisses me off more than when I'm playing a game with a morality system, and you kill your way through 500 enemies only to make your way to, like, the big bad, and then it's like a morally good choice to spare them. How fucked is that when games do that? It's like, you know, you've killed all their henchmen, then you get to the guy, the cutscene plays out, you drop on them, you pull the knife to their neck, and then the guy's like, no, no, please, and you have the choice to kill him or not, and you just fucking know that the choice not to kill them is going to get you some fucking moral points. So cucked, man. Stupid. If anything, the people who should have been...
What's that fucking noise?
Oh my god. Guys, I'm so sorry. It had been trained to eat human flesh. That was clearly an evil dog. I'm sorry. I'm gonna let you out. I just killed a fucking dog. Oh shit, armor upgrade. Let me fucking recover from that. Holy shit. The ending of Just Cause 3 literally has you shoot the bad guy or he kills himself and the game makes fun of you if you try to make a moral decision. Nice. The moral decision. Yeah, okay. Okay, that's good. It's just a really stupid decision. Have any of you guys played Lisa? I finally played Lisa, and there sure are some decisions in there that that the game will judge you over. At least there's one that I remember. Hello, hello?
Please, let us out of here.
Oh, right. Well. Yeah, kickbot, yeah.
We will pray for the salvation of your soul for as long as we live. God bless you.
Prayer is great, but I'd like to thank you with something more substantial.
Oh, let me turn the light off because he's
Listen
like a
close.
cultist.
There's a room in the terminal. We bring all the sinful things there for the fish to purify them. Here, take this key. You're a sinner anyway, and there might be something of use for you there.
That's actually really nice. Thank you for giving me the sin key.
Simon, you mustn't. Silentius will excommunicate you for that.
He won't if you don't tell him. Or perhaps you'd rather die here, by Heathen's blade.
Oh, of course not. I won't tell.
New type of optics. That's a 2-time scope, maybe?
Let's give him some time to rest.
If bannons in this game deserve to die, why wouldn't you apply the same in the real world? Because here there's no alternative. In the real world, we have a justice system, which is where we're meant to defer these decisions to. But in a world with no justice system, if things were reduced down to banditry and post-apocalyptic survival and all that bullshit, there's not really a way of trying people, so there's no government to push it to, you know, you kind of have to make those decisions. That's why we have a criminal justice system. It's a better system than this. Okay, we cleared all this out without taking any damage. I'm proud of us, personally. What about when you intentionally encounter bandits? All of these guys are murderers. All the people we just killed would round people up, steal from them, kill them. I think we're morally in the right for doing this. Now, obviously, it would be preferable if they could be arrested, brought to trial, and then properly rehabilitated, you know, with due process and everything, but obviously that's not really an option in this case. Let's go to that safe house and make sure we're saved. Oh, rockfish, things can be difficult in situations like that. See, I think I'm in the right to have killed them, personally. Look what they did to the villagers. Look, they're bad. I don't think the villagers did this. The villagers are cult-like, but they're not, like, fanatic and bloodthirsty. Not in the way the bandits seem to be. Alright, wait, let's put on this new armor. Ammo pouches, yes! Didn't they literally call them fanatics earlier? Okay, but there are different flavors of fanatic. Oh, shit. Lord Vader, thank you for the very kind 20 bucks. Seriously, I'm taking journalism and often told it's a useless major. Did people say the same to you for sociology, and what's your stance on the useless major discourse? The whole useless major discourse is predicated on the idea that college is nothing more than job training. The fact of the matter is that there are plenty of fields of both legitimate business, of research, and of human inquiry that rely on sociology and on journalism. The world is only worth living in because of non-STEM majors. STEM majors make the technology, everyone else makes the art. Both are necessary. There's no getting around that. We're playing a game right now, which was designed, modeled, written, voiced, acted, painted, everything, by a combination of STEM majors, computer science, programming, what have you, and, you know, people who got into the fine arts, and people who got into more, you know, like writing, which would fall in line more with sociology, analysis. You can't write books that these games were based off of without having a decent understanding of things, I think. Anyway, your choice is honorable. Excuse me. Closed reflex sight. No, not for a double-barreled shotgun. Reflex sight is fine. We don't want to narrow our peripheral vision. Why do you say honorable? It feels so weird to hear unironically. What's wrong with saying honorable? I understand that it's a word you'll hear more often in a D&D campaign than in, like, a regular conversation, but I think it's a fine word. Oh, shit. See that, lads? That's one of those vampire things. Fuck that. You do talk like a DM too much, both in tone and vocabulary. Have you considered that this is perhaps simply how I am? How do you do it too much? Clearly it's not impacting my charisma that much, considering my job. We might be in the cuck zone. Ah, a linker. Sake, of course. Can't really respond to that while playing. Oh. Oh, jeez. Alright. This sucks, man. I think we should go up the bridge. The funny thing about honor is that it's so open to interpretation. Well, yeah, of course, obviously. And so are a lot of the ethically loaded terms we choose to use. I don't think that makes them bad or useless, though. If anything, I actually kind of like the idea of people on the left reclaiming... reclaiming virtue and honor as concepts, you know what I mean? Because oftentimes, you know, people on the left sort of lean into the criticisms made against us, you know, like, oh yeah, we're devilish, we're evil, we're degenerate, that sort of thing. It's all over our aesthetics, it's over the language we use, we're all subversive, and so on and so on. And there's nothing wrong with being subversive at all, but at the end of the day, I do feel like our philosophy, at least stuff we claim we care about, is quite honorable, and I do think it's quite valuable. It's certainly virtuous. So I don't think there's anything wrong with adopting those principles. Nice. Figured this would be a safe zone. Oh, that's a silencer? For the machine gun? You understand what I mean, don't you? It's not really about normativity, it's just about... These are viable terms. What do those books do? Just lore stuff. These are... viable terms that we just don't lean into that much. Okay, hold on. Short barrel and suppressor. Okay, not a silencer. Well, it lowers damage. I don't want it, man. You should always maximize damage in games where resources are very sparse, because it's the best way of making sure you get the most out of every bullet. That and accuracy. Oh wait, did it say suppressor? Oh wait, okay, you're right. I was looking for the word silencer, yeah. What the fuck is it doing? Look at it. Look at the look at it out in the it spent the whole night fucking night just doing a jig. Well, oh. Hey guys, it's nighttime now. Like, night time. Which is a shame. I mean, that only makes things more difficult for us, but... That's a ghoul over there. Or whatever they're called. I already have been Hunger Master. What the fuck is in here? Did they build this on the ice? Is this... I guess it has foundations. This sucks. We're gonna start taking damage pretty soon. Oh. Okay. No, I agree. Jesus. Okay. Can we... Here, can we do that without getting to the little green dots? The radiation suggests there's probably some decent loot in here. It's just... Oh, that was it. That was it. Whatever that was good. Okay. We'll use our health here. Okay. Whew. Yikes. Alright. Go team! Six-shot cylinder, I'm guessing. Or maybe double action? I saw the hammer also was lit up orange. Oh. Call back to a few streams ago. Could you explain your consciousness extra dimension projection take? That was more than a few streams ago. I think I was saying that since we don't really have a way of quantifying what consciousness is, for all we know, what we experience as consciousness could be projected from some sort of extra-dimensional source onto bodies that are just viable hosts for that consciousness. I mean, that's not what I believe. I'm only indicating how little we're capable of knowing about the nature of consciousness. We just don't know what it is. Okay, I think we're about to toss a grenade down from the roof. Smash. Oh shit, it's a lad. What? Maintain your guns, folks. There's a good YouTube video about consciousness. I don't think it's possible to solve, I'm afraid. Oh. Interesting gun parts there. A scoped, stocked Magnum revolver. Okay, I thought there'd be a way to look down from the top, but I just don't see it. I wanted to toss a grenade down there.
Me? Oh, I didn't. It fucking
Ha 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 ha. Maybe rockfish. I don't think consciousness will be adequately answered anytime soon. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't really think it's possible for us to. I don't know if it would be, it's not possible to empirically understand a consciousness because it's a unique thing in the universe because a consciousness isn't a collection of empirical things. It's a viewpoint from which to see them. You can never see from another's viewpoint. You can only see from your own. So you can see that another person might have eyes or, you know, a brain or brain activity or what have you. Thoughts, everything, but that's not what a consciousness is, so... Yes, it is. There are researchers who research consciousness. Neuron, use some of your neurons. It's a philosophical question. You can research consciousness, but that doesn't mean you're ever going to find out what it is.
Huh? What is that? Huh?
You'll find out.
Guys, I think there's something in the house.
Oh. I was about to do, like, a cool break-in. Proving consciousness is completely different than sentience? Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I see. It's this... Oh. Hey, no.
They fucking got one of... Shit, the fucking dear people!
Hehe. Ammo? 28 bullets. Good.
You just keep calm and don't shoot, man. I surrender.
All right. You get to live. Interesting, Mindforge. Kind of spooky. Oh, I can just knock those. Ooh. Ooh! Another upgrade. Not one that I'll ever use, though. I'm surprised that guy surrendered, because my first bullet actually hit his shoulder, you know? Can you imagine having the presence of mind to surrender right after a bullet hits you? I mean, you know, you'd think you'd, like, recoil or fall or something. What's your favorite viral video? Turning a sphere inside out. The classic. Tanya! Happy birthday! It's still your birthday for 2 hours and 17 minutes over here on this coast. Everyone say happy birthday to Canoe. Tanya's doing a full-on birthday stream tomorrow, which I encourage all of you to go ahead and look at. I won't be streaming during its duration. And I'll be hosting it on the site, and you all should go watch Canoe. Here. What's your favorite sex position? Mine is the suspended Congress. Okay, I will say, well, I don't have a favorite sex position. Well, no, I do. It's doggy. Of course it's doggy. But apart from that, with time, my appreciation for having sex with somebody while spooning them has gone up. I don't know if it's just because I'm old and lazy now, but just like, you know, like if you're spooning and you're the big spoon. Like, you can't fuck them that hard from that position because the angle, you don't really have the momentum because your hip is against the bed. You can't, like, full-on slam or anything. But it's comfy. It's cozy. Ah, I see. This is the fish resort. Well, I already ate. A lot of save points over here. I think there are far fewer of them in future maps. Can you believe, guys, that there's, like, other maps that are larger than this? Like, this is, you know, a nice big map. We've only been across maybe a third of it. And this is only one of, I think, 3 or 4 hubs in the entire game. Not lacking in content. Is this where the Sin place is? No, that's elsewhere. Yes, the desert map. I'm really looking forward to it. This is tiny compared to DayZ. Yes, but it's not DayZ, is it? There are 2 open area maps. No, there's this, the desert, and then there's that, the other one. The one with the pirates and such. When you get the crossbow. We'll get there. Yeah, the forest valley. And then there are other things that happen not in those maps. Have you ever played WoW? Yes, I've played WoW. That one is so linear. Yeah, that's true. I couldn't tell you, Epstein. I wish the real Epstein had had that problem. He probably would have raped fewer children. No, Skarks24. I don't pay attention to Game of the Year or anything like that. I have no interest in these stupid fucking game awards or whatever the shit else. The only way in which I care about any of that bullshit is if the games that I just hope the developers of the games that I like feel happy or whatever. I don't care. Do you have your own Game of the Year? I don't really play games as they come out at all. I don't really, like, pay attention to new releases. I usually play games after they're a few years old. Not because I'm waiting for them to drop in price or to upgrade my computer or anything like that. Just because I don't really pay attention to releases. There are always lots of old games. I've never played Baldur's Gate, you know? There's always something, right? What was the best game you played this year? Fuck, I don't know. I'd have to see a list. I don't have the best memory. Psychonauts 2 would definitely be up there. Oh, did I play Outer Wilds this year? Then Outer Wilds would probably have to be it, yeah. Outer Wilds is a goddamn masterpiece. Is that a fucking... Oh, it's one of the... Okay. Fish. There's something of note over there. I need to find a boat. Vosh is a poo-poo PC. No, my PC is quite good. I can run any game on the market on Ultra right now, except for maybe Total War Warhammer 2. But doing that while streaming is a whole other thing. Yes. Kicknox, I did. Is there not a boat anywhere here? How do I get to that island? Yeah, that's a fish. Oh. Quite a journey I'm about to have to traverse. Open sourceware, it's mostly my CPU that's the bottleneck. This is going to suck. Hey, Tempest. I don't think it turned out like shit. Don't you have a 3900X? I forget what I have. Alright, bring it around. I will say I don't care much for boat traversal in this game. It really just feels like RNG, whether or not the game wants to pick on you and make the fish attack you. Would I rather live in Fallout New Vegas or Metro Exodus? Probably Fallout? At least from what we've been shown, Fallout does have more established settlements. There are cities in the Fallout universe that are at least acceptable levels of technological development. It's better than the car in the second map. No, it's fucking not. The car in the second map is amazing. Here we go. How's the water not frozen? I don't fucking know. The temperature. What do you want? Alright. We've got plenty of shotgun shells for this. Oh. Well, that helps. Oh boy. Well, here I am. Anything of note here? Sometimes you'll find a place that has valuable loot, but it's loot that you've found elsewhere. There are pieces of loot that are in more than one place in the game. Like a particular weapon upgrade or whatever else. Well, there's the damn whale. Okay, yeah, here we go. Alright, well. We've got plenty of resources, so sure, I'll craft a medkit or two. Or 3. Okay, you're gonna need to fuck off, man. My boat's right here. Can we just, like, do this quick? Do you think Rational Wiki is a reliable enough source to get points for a debate? Absolutely not. My god. Rational Wiki is, in the best of times, a quick collection of talking points that you then have to immediately go verify with other sources. Like, you can find out, like, oh, this happened, then you can go look it up, like, elsewhere. But on its own, it is simply not sufficient. Oh my god. Sheesh. Fucking electric balls. Fucking guy. Have you guys been keeping up with what we do in the shadows? I've been enjoying that quite a bit. Oh shit. I don't want to fight these guys. They're pretty fast. Is there anything else of note here? Just more rats. Yeah. Yep. Is Rational Wiki really that unreliable, lol? Doesn't help. It doesn't hurt to double check your sources either way. It's good practice. Almost all caught up. Oh my god, it's almost 10. I didn't want to stay up especially oh shit, that's the vampire thing. Hold on. I didn't want to stay up especially late because I was planning on streaming tomorrow. You're gonna skip all those question marks? We're not skipping anything. Okay, I'm pretty sure this is a safe spot. That doesn't make me any less tired, Vermin. God help me and let me get a good sleep tonight. Oh. Oh. Oh!
Well, hello, my blood brother.
Nearly shot you.
Me, huh? The others don't either. I'm basically part of the scenery now. I heard you were headed to the terminal for the rail car. Then let me fill you in. The terminal can only be entered by water. Luckily, there is a dock with a boat nearby. Left there by the fanatics, it seems. Inside, there are just those, humanimal mutants, or so it seems.
Thank you.
See those ruins? There's a bandit camp there, too. They have a sniper. I saw at least one scope flashing from the roof, so I wouldn't advise an open attack. The bridge is in full lockdown. None of the armed dudes ever show themselves. They definitely expect us to attack, so there is no reason to be concerned about them now. Hey, it's your choice when to move out, but the bandits should be easier to avoid in the dark. In any case, I'm going back to my post.
I'm glad that the game is so proud of its day-night cycle that it keeps reminding you, like, hey, people have harder time seeing you in the dark, you know, over and over. Okay, let's see. The, right, throwing weapons harness. Okay. Why is it all the way dirty? No, why is all my shit always dirty? All my poop. Well... I'm sure it was, Demso. Clean the guns, please, but they'll just get dirty again. Alright, and out of this world. Let me finish this little animation, and then I'll, finish up with the, donations. Eat food, but I'll just get hungry again. It's just, I have a very limited cache of resources. So to use 40 chemical cleaner on cleaning a gun that'll get dirty again the next time I fall into water, that's a lot. Okay. Quit. Good game. There we go. Nice! We made it through, folks. Next time we won't be starting late because, you know, it's Canoe's birthday. So you can blame them, really, for the, you know, non-proportionate stream time. Let me catch up on donos, and then I will be out of here. Vincent Camarada, thank you for the $10. If you could be 1/20th level D&D class and race combo in real life, what would it be? And why is it an illusion wizard? Nah, I'd want to be like, well, you didn't give a race, you just gave a class. I'd want to be a monk, because they can live forever. I don't care about the race. Waluigi Bound and Natsuko Kotori, thank you for the tier 1 subs both. I really appreciate that. Congratulations, Natsuko. That's awesome. Nox, thank you for the two $5 donations. Really appreciate that. Hylian Dragoon 0, thank you kindly. Dave Dublanc, thank you for the 5 Canadian. I'm really sorry to hear that you have been suffering from a lot of self-doubt. That is very unfortunate. It happens to all of us. I don't know if I can help you get past that, but I hope you do. Nipply Nips, thank you for the tier 2 sub. Really appreciate that. Any thoughts on a chat on climate doomerism and new technologies? Also, can we meet your lizards soon? I've had my lizards on stream before. I absolutely have. I don't know if technological innovation will be sufficient to save us from the worst of climate change. Okay, did that one. I did that one. Iridian Knight, thank you for the 5, possibly. Sake Tanuki, thank you for the 2 gifted tier 1 subs. What's the difference between a horse dick and a donkey dick? A donkey dick gets more ass. Also longer in comparison to body length. Thank you for your contribution to the discourse, Sake Tanuki. A good pun, and fair. Miles Hill, thank you for the 5. What are your thoughts on Nestor Machno? I presently have no thoughts on them, I'm afraid. Can you show them Florence? Only if Florence is out. Hold on. No, they're sleeping. I'm sorry. They're nocturnal, you know? Mr. Deemster, thank you for the tier 2 sub. I really appreciate that. And now all the donos remaining are linkers, and not by coincidence, half of them are from Sake Tanuki. The first of which is 2 gifted tier 1 subs. Vosh spreading misinformation about him not playing League. Hashtag myjungler. Fuck is this? Sake, are you really playing? You're even playing Scion. Christ, that's my thing. I see. Horse abuser. I would never play jungle. Jungler is a cuck role. What, you come in and help other people? No. I go top and I sit there, unmoving. You would be a League player. Perhaps, Furman. TS Millennial Girl, thank you for the gifted tier 1 sub. Here's a movie, or here's a video you could maybe take a look at. Mass psychosis, how a whole population became mentally ill. Oh god, 22 minutes. Made in collaboration with Academy of... what is this?
This adaptive means, such as facing up to many forms.
Oh, that's right. I've seen this. I think I've seen this video. Or I've seen people mention it at least. Maybe we could give it a look sometime. Wonder if it's copyright ID'd. It shouldn't be an issue either way. Oh, it's already in my debunk later. Huh, must have been in there for a while. I need to clear out those files. Stake, thank you for the $10. Vashas-san crossover win. The fuck is this?
The information, Anthony Huber. We, the jury, find the defendant, Kyle H. Rittenhouse, not guilty. As to the fifth count of the information, Gage Grosskreutz, we, the jury, find the defendant, Kyle H. Rittenhouse, not guilty.
Oh my god, he's
praying. May Ashala.
Stupid. Converting to Islam could be the next big thing Rittenhouse does to really shake up the discourse, you know? Lumberjack N, thank you for the $5. Short Cat Link, also hi Sparkle Fairy. I think this is from yesterday. Cat politely declines being removed from the blankie pile.
Hello. What you doing? What are you doing in there? Good boy. Sorry.
That was so polite. Ooh.
Hello. What you doing? What are you doing in there? Good boy. Sorry.
Meow. Spectacular.
By the way, with both sides of the rack are connected by a backbone. It's called a hotel rack, and it's tough to deal with unless you got a bandsaw handy. By the way,
Fuck around and find out. Hey, one more. Beans. Retreat. Shield the beans. Good baby. Oh no, no more, no more. We'll get lost here forever. Thin Phoenix, thank you for the tier 2 sub. I've played Inscription, Jerix. Hey Vosh, I uploaded the Hippy Dippy. You should take a look at it if you get a chance in your free time. I think I did pretty good. Hippy Dippy recruitment on Biden infrastructure. What are the logistics here? Is this Hippy Dippy? Where's Dylan? Is it a different Hippy Dippy? Hippy Dippy Sunday panel. Oh, I see. When was this from? Different house, I think. Okay. Well, either way, possibly. CTV is doing Sunday Hippy Dippies now, apparently. Really? That's interesting. Dylan and CTV sure do get along. Did you see Destiny randomly mentioned you in his cage match in Hippy Dippy? Is it really random? Wouldn't something random not be easily predictable? Sake Tanuki, thank you for the very kind $10. I really appreciate that. Waka Waka Waka. What?
Are you for or against spatchcocking when you do a chicken on the grill?
Spatchcocking. You're gonna have to help me. Give me a brief description.
It's basically you butter thick throughout cooking.
Yes, you have to cut it down. Also, the best cut of chicken, okay, is about a half an inch. Okay, you cut it in half. You smash the chicken a half an inch deep. That's the perfect chicken cut right there.
A half inch deep?
Like the thickness is about a half an inch. Once you've flattened or butterflied the chicken breast, right?
Oh, you're talking about chicken breast.
Oh, are you talking about thighs?
I'm talking about cock.
Oh, it's been a pleasure speaking with you. Thank you for taking the time. Stupid fucking. You're all stupid. All right, I think it's around that time. I'll probably see you guys tomorrow. Whether or not I see you tomorrow, you will be hanging out in Kanye's stream. That's not a request. It's just what you're going to do. I'm gonna host, let's say, Shark 30, Shark 300, because Vermin told me to. Raid Shark 300. They're cool. That's nice. Oh, when you look at Twitch chat, recognize the Maddie Cakes raids, please. Maddie Cakers, Maddie Cakeys. Tragically, I'm on my way out, but thank you for the raid. I love you, and I appreciate you very much. I hope you're doing well. I'm gonna throw you all over to Shark now. Shark is cool. Deploy. Boop. There you go. Had the button. All right. Go over there. Be kind. Don't make me look like a jackass. You know, I believe in you. Set up the notification. You radlib. Yeah. The issue is, you know, I don't want it to be so that it has a notification anytime any raid happens, because then people would just raid in with one person and they'd have names like, you know, you want to fuck horses or whatever. But with the I guess, yeah, it could be limited to like 5 or more. I don't know, something. You'd have to at least meet like a base threshold. Anyway, have a good time at Shark 30. Go forth. And now to my non-Twitch viewers, the real message that I couldn't share with my Twitch viewers before I turn off OBS altogether. The real message is that I love you guys. Hope you guys are doing well. I'll see you soon, okay? That's my real message. That's the truth of the matter. Have a good night.